football, culture, movement.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of FCM. You already know what time it is. Football, culture, movement. Of course, the cult hero himself, Culture Cams. His team finished on -1 goal difference. They reduced the deficit. They done it. They reduced it.
They do it,
but they done it. They got close. They got close. Obviously, of course, the podcasting Pepe themselves, Fuad Kadani, Europa League qualified, squandered the Champions League, Villa lost on the last day, but they did what they needed to do to finish 5th. Big up the Spurs.
We did what we needed to do. We did what we needed to do. Yeah! I hope you all got your black suits today, boy.
Of course, you already know what time it is. Myself, Maiwa Quadri, and of course, returning back to the wilderness, we have production in the building.
Oh.
Looking like he's about to go
looking
for
smooth,
some,
mate. Looking clean.
looking like he's about to go for some croissant. I'm saying that would be me.
And did you get a trim today as well?
Huh?
You got a trim today?
You know the sun's slate.
Before we go any further, make sure you like, smash the like button, algorithm. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe as well. Click the button. Superchats. Spend that money. Spend it. Spend it.
Spend it, you know.
Spend it.
Spend
Send
that
it. Send the super chats. We have a lot to discuss today. Let us know what you think of the league. Let us know what you think of the title winners. We're going to discuss it all. We're going to review the season. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to do it slightly different this week. Hold tight, the trophy collector.
Hey.
We have to pay respects. 4 on the bounce.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
1 ain't easy.
2 ain't easy. 3 ain't easy. 4?
Unheard of.
It's different, man. It's
Unheard
different.
of.
It's different. It's different. Came over from greener pastures and turned us into the Farmers League. That's what Pep did.
Hey.
That's what Pep did.
Yeehaw. Sorry, that's Cowboys, isn't it? Yeah, my bad. Hey, whatever them farmers say.
Do not kill me. But as is ever usual around here, so hold tight the 3-point collectors as well. If you did what you needed to do and you got 3 points in the final day, that's worth applauding. All 3-point collectors here?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
well done.
Come on.
Well done.
It's been a while since we had a unison.
No hangover into the abyss of pre-season with a loss. Hold tight the participants as well. Hold tight all of the duddery. We'll get into that. But listen, Manchester City Premier League champions 2023-2024, 4 on the bounce. 5 in 6 years. If we count the rest of them, the record even looks a bit worse. 6 and 7. My oh my. Wow. What a way to round it up. A lot of people spoke on someone's name. They spoke on his name. They said he was getting a lot of hype. They said that he wasn't really doing all of this great stuff. And do you know what he decided to do today? He looked at his kids before he left home and said, Elway, I'm doing it for you, mate. One for each of you. Man went out. First 2 minutes. Boom!
Set the tone.
Set the tone. And let's call a spade a spade. The Arsenal players and fans, we knew the fans anyway, the players, the management, they knew. They heard word of what Phil Foden did. They knew what time it was. They started scratching heads. Listen, man.
And that's exactly what City needed.
Yep.
To start that game. Like, coming into, how long was it they said they hadn't come down to the final day? A couple of years anyway.
It's the 10th time in Premier League history.
Yeah. But coming into the final day, the last thing you want is for them nerves to creep on. For that time to get extended. For the game to be 70, 80 minutes, you still don't know what way it's going to go. Best thing you can do, first 5 minutes, calm everyone. Who better than the boy, the golden boy from the academy, Man City's very own, and it's almost like a sign of the whole season, really and truly. Like Foden scoring those 2 goals, we saw a mirror of that same goal in the Champions League as well.
Your mic's not on. Your mic's not on
all season. Is my mic not on?
I don't think his mic is on.
Hey.
They don't want to hear you, man. Hey, the studio. They cut him out. They cut him out. Listen, I'll take it from here, mate.
We don't want to say Arsenal no more.
I'll take it from here. Now they need to. Somebody come fix Fuad's mic, please. But anyway, talking about Foden.
Yeah.
Listen, what he did today, was a serious I'm him moment, bro. He said, listen, FWA Player of the Year, Player of the Year, Premier League's Player of the Year as well. And everybody was doing the whole, no, it should have been Watkins, no, it should have been Rodri, oh, his season's been boosted. In fact, you know what, this guy's PR is the most you've ever seen. People just started making English PR, whatever people wanted to throw at it. He said, yeah, all right, cool. Main stage where everybody's watching, there's tension high. I'm just going to crash one top bins. Opened up his body and just crashed it top bins. And then scores the next one. Delivers City the title. The same way he's been doing all season. This brother has 27 goals this season, 0 penalties. 19 in the league. If we're talking about ascendancies, becoming the guy, growing up right in front of you, this is a perfect example of it. Phil Foden is showing that he's special. And you know when you see a young talent, right? A young player who has all the potential, has all the talent, finally kind of like, not for finally, but like you're starting to fulfill it. It's one of the best sights in football if you're just talking as a pure football fan. Seeing someone that's talented become a world-class player, become them to that type of level. And Foden is just showing how good he is, and now you want to carry it on into the Euros, hopefully. But for what he's done for Man City this season, with KDB out at times, with Erling Haaland out at times, and for him to still do it, because everyone thought when they come back to the wing, you go wing shifts and cross the ball in. He said, no. And Pep realised that you are on fire. You are that guy. And KDB has even said it himself. When I'm long gone, this is going to be your team. And that is what he's showing.
Watch this. But what I love about this is we're talking about, you mentioned it's 6 and 7 seasons for Manchester City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Foden has 6 Premier League titles. This is the most important in terms of him. Mm-hmm. Because people can try and say that he didn't contribute in this one or he was a bit part player. Yeah. No. They do not win this title without Phil Foden. He stood up and he showed out. When they needed him, he put the performances up. And again, final day of the season, as you said, when you want the nerves to be calm, the fans are anticipating, don't get me wrong, pressure environment. They've done it before, but that's a lot of pressure. He stood up and said, I am going to bring this home. And I'm not doing this for the sake of comparison, but if you want to showcase like how important he is, he did that today. Mm-hmm. His team needed him. He did that. Bukayo Saka being injured is him being injured, but you saw how much his team missed him today, and that's not his fault that he couldn't be there. But it shows you like how influential both are for his teams, and you're seeing what Foden is doing for his team. It's a beautiful thing to see.
I hear that, but you know what? For once, I don't want to talk about Bukayo Saka, bro. Yeah. He didn't play. Foden's the Player of the Year. Yep. Foden's the FWA Player of the Year.
Foden's the champion.
Foden is the champion. Let's talk about Foden. Let's not talk about the comparison between the two. Because one was out there doing bits, and we didn't see the other one today, and that's because of injury, whatever. But even so, like, everyone's trying to make this a Messi v Ronaldo. It ain't that, bro. It ain't that. Like, they're two good players. Let them do whatever they want to do. But today we're talking about Phil Foden and what he done on the pitch today and what he has done for Manchester City. Because when it's time to lift the Player of the Year, he's not holding it joint with Saka. He's not holding it joint with... He's holding it by himself. 2 hands by himself. So let's stop the acting like they're conjoined twins. They ain't. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Let's talk about them as individuals. And Foden is the one that came out and done it today. And Saka might have his moment one day next season. We all think Arsenal are going to run it back. But listen, today is about Phil Foden and Man City.
I want to ask you a direct question. What do you think? Because as soon as Guardiola got to City, he said that this kid is a special talent. I think there was sort of, not confusion, but there was...
The way he nurtured him?
Yeah, he nurtured him really well. Like, he's utilised him, his the amount of games he's played, it's been done perfectly. But we always thought, okay, what is Foden going to be? Is he going to follow sort of the David Silva mold? Is he going to sort of figure out his own thing?
But that's what this season I feel like has answered. Like, this season coming into it, it was a case of we've seen him on the left, we've seen him on the right, we've seen him play in the midfield 3. He can replace KDB sometimes, but when is it going to be his turn to take the keys? When is it going to be his turn where this looks like Foden's team. Or you
Yes.
start to get that remnant of, okay, he was the youngster in the team, but now he is the main man.
Yep.
This is the season where he's just shed all of that and said, nah, I'm the carry guy. I'm the main man. And all the players alongside him, whether it's the Bernardos, the KDBs, the Haalands, they've all acknowledged that now. They all accept that it's Foden's team. And, bro, all these awards and accolades he's getting now, bro, deserved.
The worst thing is still things that he can improve on. He can still get better as well.
And the biggest...
Still get better.
So what
for
would
me,
you
what's
say
dangerous
ceiling
is
is then?
if you see this type of season as Gareth Southgate, I'm sorry, and you go into that Euros and you don't play him in that natural 10 position, you have not watched a single minute of football this season.
Thanks.
Then you need to stop this wing shift or whatever you do with England. This season, he has cemented himself that England number 10 position as well, in my opinion. After the season he's just had, that Euros, it has to be his.
The 10 shirt as well, I'd say.
We're just going back to what you said about his ceiling. Bro, his ceiling, how many times I always say he's the best talent I've seen since Wayne Rooney out of English players. Those are the conversations when it's all said and done. Even by 27, 28, he should be in the conversations with, are you the best player to have come out of England, bro? With Rooney, with Lampard, with Gerrard, with John Terry, Rio, all these names. You wouldn't be saying Phil Foden, bro.
Yeah.
That is what he should be in and amongst it. And really, truly, should be trying to see if he can be better. Now, I think Wayne Rooney will always be the best, but he should be wanting to be in them conversations. Do you get where I'm coming from?
And Rooney agrees with you.
Yeah, he told us live. He told us live. He told me and Liez, this is the guy. He is the best since me. There we go.
What I find super interesting as well is people often have this conversation about Guardiola and City and like, yeah, but is Guardiola going to get bored or it has to stop eventually? There seems to be a hunger from Pep to keep going, from Foden to keep going. So there's always going to be this level that he's at. For me, it's about how far beyond that can they keep pushing, because European dominance is still a thing. Can you take your country to another level? It's still a thing, because when you look at international level, right, we always say that loads of squads have talented players, but you see what Mbappe does for France, you're like, wow, difference.
Yeah.
We cannot not say that Phil Foden doesn't possess that majestic sort of ability that if he's given the keys to do it, he could take England to another level.
England is always been a thing with England. Go back to Scholes, Lamb, Gerrard, Beckham, whatever. Only some people have really been able to be elite, like the same club level and elite at the nation. So that's the England problem. You know what I mean? Even now, like you look at the England team, there's some people that perform good, but there's no one that I look at and I'm like, oh my God, you are absolutely outstanding. You're carrying this nation. You're going to win this. None of them. You know what I'm trying to say? They're all just, some do good, some do bad. It is what it is. But that comes down to who do the England need to get over? And if they're going to do it, it will be this squad. It will be this group. It will be Jude. It will be Saka. It will be Foden. You know what I mean? These names, we can Cole Palmer, whoever. I think this is the crop that can break it. But it's been a problem with English players. The whole of all these. Wayne Rooney, the guy scored one international goal in a tournament. Rooney, who we know what Rooney is.
Yeah.
So we have to be guided here. If you're saying
that's what I'm saying.
We have to be guided.
If Foden was given a license of playing the 10, especially after the season like this, with the individuals around him, could he be that English player to break that mold and essentially elevate his club standing within the international standing?
I'll be honest with you, I feel like they have to almost build a team to get the best out of Foden, if that makes sense, because I feel like he gets the best out of others. Like his natural game is to create for others, if that makes sense. So I just feel like if England want their best chance to succeed, it's not let Harry Kane drop 40 yards deep. It's not play Bellingham in the 10. It's play Foden in that 10 and let the others do the dog work for him, in my opinion.
I think that's the thing, though. I don't know if you don't think this as well, though, but I think there's always just too much. This has to be this guy's team or this builder, just play the players that you think it creates at least the best balance and the best talents. That's how I just see it. I don't see when everyone wants it to be this is this team, this is that team. When Mbappe won his World Cup, he was just on the wing as a transition outlet. Do you get where I'm coming from? Pogba was doing this thing. Kante, everyone had to be a part of it. There's not. We shouldn't walk into you shouldn't walk into tournament saying Foden has to deliver, Jude has to deliver. So, Bro,
No, but that's what you have now.
Bro?
You now have a group of talented players, a lot of them who can play in their natural positions. That's why I'm saying don't move Foden out of his natural position.
Yeah.
He's the one that I almost feel like is going to be sacrificed. And especially after the season he's had, you'd be foolish to ignore that. But I want to touch on Pep as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he needs to be given massive credit for a guy who, as you said, every season people question, can he keep motivating this team? I think especially the past 2 seasons, we've seen City not start off to maybe the same pace as the other teams. But the way they've come back in the second halves of season, I don't think City have lost since December, if I'm not mistaken. Like that run is absurd, bro. And the fact that we keep sitting here every season, and we've almost normalised it. Oh, City just go on 20-game win streaks. Oh yeah, City are undefeated in 30 games. Oh, they haven't lost at home since last year or whatever. Like, we've just normalised it. And this guy is just a freak. And we keep assuming, oh, one day he's going to leave. What if he decides to never leave,
What if
bro?
he just says,
What if he just says, I'm doing another 5
I
years
ain't
on
leaving.
here, bro? What are you, man, going to do? Like, what are you... you really think you could rock up with these cute teams and... yeah, but we came 2-3 points behind. Nah, bro. You must come full guns blazing, because what he is cooking up on that side of Manchester, bro, it's a different breed of animals.
I want to pick up on that because you're so right. I think when I think of Pep Guardiola, we had a conversation, I think it was last week, and we said he hasn't won a manager of the season since manager of the month award since 2021. His standard is so high that people are not even looking at him.
That
Like,
used to be the case with Sir Alex too. He never
exactly.
used to win manager of
You
the
don't give it to the people that set the standard, because it's like, you're just too gone. So we're just going to give it to, you know, Sean Dyche over here or someone over here. As you mentioned, bro, Arsenal this season, that is the joint third highest tally to not win a league. That is the level you have to be at to be in a sniff of trying to win a league. It is normal now to say if you want to win the Premier League, you have to win 14 to 16 games consecutively. That is what Pep Guardiola has done. And we talk about, like, you know, tiki-taka and all these things. For me, you have to talk about man management. This guy has the team of all of those players, granted, great players, but the fact that they're happy to play 25 odd games, happy that you could score a hat-trick, but next game, I need you out of here. Or in a situation where you can perform and do everything, but now you've got to be sold. The fact that he's able to extract all of this year after year after year, where people could be tired, where people could be thinking, but we just won, why are we going again, is a testament to his management. The fact that the second half of the season, you just know, foregone conclusion, they're winning every game. That is not normal. How come before a ball's kicked, you're thinking by the time we get to January, if we haven't won enough points, the league's done? That's not normal. We get to January and everyone's like, yeah, they're not dropping points anymore.
Yeah.
That is not normal. This is elite management. Coaching is one thing, but that is elite management. The fact that your players can have so much trust in you as an individual and everything you're doing, that they're so aligned that they know what time it is. That's elite, man. And whether it's winning by 1 point or winning by goal difference, or he still gets it done, man. And people don't give him the credit. They just talk about the tactics. The guy's a maniac, man. So Elias.
I was gonna say, you know what it is with Pep this year too. I don't want to say like, oh, next year it's a formality that they're gonna win it again, but it almost felt like if any team were to win it, it had to be this year. Because De Bruyne missed half the season. Haaland was out at important parts of the season. Gundogan wasn't adequately replaced, if you want to call it that, because Nunez didn't really fill into that role, and Kovacic is a different profile. Mahrez wasn't really replaced. Laporte, Gvardiol really showed up towards the second half of the season, but first half he was like adapting. So this whole year, it almost felt like if anyone were to win it, it had to be this year if it wasn't City. And still, like you said, the man management, the ability to kind of just adapt to different situations, get production out of different guys at different times. He does it every single year, bro. When you look at now, the amount of trophies that this guy keeps accumulating year on year on year.
The reality is we have to just keep it. We just have to be honest. Look, I said it with HP. We can say this team is the best. Like, this Arsenal fan might think 04 Arsenal is the best ever team. This Chelsea fan might think 05 is. I might think 08 is. Whatever we think is the best, and if there was a mini table and they played each other, who's the best? We don't know. We'll never know. It's all hypotheticals. The only thing that we do know is that this City time with Pep Guardiola, the last 7 years in which they started winning trophies, it's the greatest period we've ever seen. You know what I mean?
Dominant.
It's the most dominant, and this is the greatest team. No, but this is the greatest team in Premier League history in terms of greatness. Yeah, it is. In terms of best, subjective. You can have your arguments. You can say this person better. But in terms of greatness, we can only go by what we're seeing and the dominance of it. We can't judge it by, but this era. I get all of that, those type of discussions. But we have to judge it on what we are seeing in terms of how they dominated their eras.
Bro.
And in this period, this is the greatest team. No team's ever done 4. Do you know what I mean? So before it could have been
4 in a row.
This team done Centurions.
Yeah.
But nah. Man United did the 3-peat.
Yeah, bro.
Oh no, but Chelsea did 95 or did it whatever. We did 15 goals conceded. But now it's like, all right, we're gonna win a treble. We're gonna do 100. We're gonna do demo treble. We're gonna do the most clean sheets. The most consecutive wins. We're gonna win the most consecutive wins in all competitions in English history. Now we're gonna do a 4-peat.
Yeah.
It's the greatest period, and we just
Pep
could do 5.
Pep has almost turned it into a science with how he's almost making it perfect, and that's why I almost feel like him personally, he won't run out of motivation. I think even after this season, he'll look at it and say, "Bro, let's set a barometer that nobody can come after us and catch us. Can we do 5 in a row? Can we match Arsenal's invincible? Can we do the quadruple?" Pep will be looking at things like that, because even I'm sure at the start of this season, 4 times had never been done.
Yeah.
But it was in the
there's
City
always
doc.
another target in it for him.
You saw it in the City doc as well. If you watched it, bro, the way this guy sets targets and the way he keeps his players hungry, bro, it's a different kettle of fish, man. He's a once in a generation manager. Honestly.
One thing I would say about this as well is you mentioned, it's the greatest team. One thing that doesn't get given credit to is in terms of that period. This right now we're seeing 4 centre backs at the back. Another time we're seeing something different. It's not always been the same, and that's something that people sleep on. I remember, like, in the old iteration of the show, I remember there was one pre-season he came out and he was saying something like, we're looking at ways of scoring goals that we haven't scored before, after the whole Sterling and Sané thing came to an end. It's not been the same way of beating the rest of the field. Things have changed ever so slightly for whatever reason. So, like, it's not just been like with Fergie did what he had to do. Things changed, but it was the foundation was always the same. City have done it slightly different ways each time. Don't get me wrong. It helps when you've got an Aguero. It helps when you've got a Haaland. But still, they are emphatically beating everyone. It's mad.
The thing is, everybody, the way it is now, all it means is that every team has to now be aggressive. You know what I mean? There's so many teams that talk about process and build this and build that. Teams have to be aggressive if you want to keep up, because in that time where you're trying to do a process or you're trying to embed a player into your system who's a bit out of sorts or whatever, City will win another title. City will win again and again and again. The next thing you know, by the time your team's even ready, City have won 7 in a row. That's that's realistically it. So now owners are gonna have to be more aggressive and move at a quicker pace. Otherwise, this league is gonna become, as everyone's saying, a farmers league. And in a way, if people want to say that now, fair enough. Like you could say that, but realistically, people are saying farmers league because Juventus will win 10 in a row and Bayern will win 10 in a row, whatever. But you know what I mean? If Pep Guardiola, as Fuad said, if it stayed on like this, what can happen to this league? What really can happen? So teams have to be aggressive. Stop trying to be Peps. A lot of teams are I'm not saying Arsenal, by the way, because people say Arteta. Stop trying to be Pep. Like, everybody wants to play it. You got to be different. You got to beat them differently.
Break the wheel.
You got to beat them differently, man. You can't try and be City.
Jose, when he came here.
Yeah, but that's the key word for it, right? I feel like when it comes to like these dynastic managers, like you can do all you want, but realistically, they're the ones that write their era of football. Yeah. And until Pep decides to leave, that's when you're gonna see a new team kind of come in. You could do everything perfectly by the book. Look what Liverpool have done the last 6 years. They've given it their best go, bro. A lot of teams couldn't cope with that Liverpool team, and they still only got one. Right. So I think until Pep decides to leave, really, you might get lucky if you get one.
It's hard.
In the Pep era, who were the other managers that won Premier Leagues? Klopp.
That's it.
And Conte, if you want to consider it.
Klopp and Conte, yeah.
Those are the only two.
But look at Barca. The only one that beat him was Mourinho once.
Fairs, man.
That's the thing. Like, look, obviously, if he was to do, if he did like 20 years or something, you'll probably get a few that would end up winning.
An odd blip here.
Yeah, you'll get a few that end up. You could look when Arsene Wenger got some, Jose got on, Dalglish got one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the odd few that are gonna sneak, Mancini, whatever. That would happen if he did 20 years, whatever. But in this period, it's a stranglehold, bro. It's a stranglehold.
So before we go to Superchats production, are you saying that whilst Guardiola remains in the Premier League, no one else is going to win the league.
I don't think so. You can win.
I don't know if nobody else will win it, but they
odds
will
are
be the
against them.
favourites every single year, and
Got
they
you.
will set the standard.
Got
And
you.
until you can dislodge them,
Yeah.
I will not believe you that you are. Oh, we're title contenders till I see game week 38 like today, and man are crowned.
One thing I would say is that, like, I don't know. Obviously, you got the emergence of, like, not emergence, but you got Phil Foden come and do anything, Haaland and stuff. So it's hard to see them stop Vardio and stuff. But
Ruben Diaz.
like the only thing people can the only thing people can hope for is that City don't replace KDBs and these or that. Well, but we thought that at a period. Are you going to replace? How are you going to replace Fernandinho? Oh, I'll bring in Rodri. How are you going to replace Aguero? Oh, you are bringing Haaland.
You cannot replace him.
Yeah,
and replaced him.
that's the thing. Like,
They'll
you
say
always think to
Walcott,
yourself,
Rico Lewis pops out of nowhere. It's
that's
like,
and even if he doesn't work out, they'll probably sign someone. So they're linked to Jeremy Frimpong right now. Would it surprise you in 2 years we're saying, oh, Jeremy Frimpong is the best right back in the world?
Yeah.
It wouldn't. So it's the way they continuously keep like replenishing it, and these are legends of their club. Yaya, all these men bowed out, and Yaya bowed out. KDB was just emerging. How is this transition period is crazy. So now I'm waiting to see, is it going to be Phil Foden, I guess, but he's still going to have to bring in the extra body. When KDB's time is done, probably going to be Florian Wirtz or something. You know, you just keep on going, bro.
Don't joke with that one. Do not joke with that one.
Like, listen,
production, let's go some super chats down there.
yeah,
We'll go
man,
to
see the Champions League. Yeah.
On the topic of Pep, anyways, he's actually come out and said, because they asked him about his future, because his contract expires in June 2025. He said, "The reality is I'm closer to leaving than staying. We have talked with the club, and my feeling is that I want to stay now. I'll stay next season. But during the season, we will talk and we will see." So
I feel
He's
like now
capping.
he's gonna stay.
He's
the fact
capping.
that he said I'm closer to leaving than staying,
He's
I feel like
capping.
he's gonna stay.
He's
You
capping.
wouldn't. I don't think you'll.
you
put
think he's
that-
going to sign a new
I
contract?
think now.
This is
because he said that. I
this
think he's
is
gonna
his
sign a new
longest
contract.
tenure, though.
Oh, easily by far.
Yeah.
By far.
But I feel like, and this is like a nice segue to Arsenal. I feel like with people like that, when you're talking about the Pep era in Spain and whatnot, when you've got like a contender, it kind of gives you this something to keep going on. Like I'm sure Sir Alex loved having Arsenal and Jose popping up. It gave you something to keep fighting with. With
Fuel for
Klopp
the fire.
going, but Arteta being there for 2 seasons consecutively, and Arsenal having a good squad that they can continue building on, it gives you something to think, you know what, you're going to push me next year, and I like that. I feel like if there wasn't that close contention, he would probably walk. It's like, what am I fighting for?
What if he then blows them out of the water next season, and then he's like, you know what, I've done Arteta 3 times already. I'm bored.
If they blew
You could
Arsenal,
do that.
if they blew out the Arsenal, I think that's a conversation for next year. If Arsenal didn't get close next year, or they do what they need to do,
Is he trying to duck before Ineos already?
How did we get involved in this?
Hold on.
Stay out of this.
Is he trying to duck before we're ready, bro? I'm Pep. Stay here, please.
Hey,
Stay here. Give us 3 more years. Give us 3 years. Give us 3 years. We'll be back.
Hey, do you know what he's doing? You know when Floyd and Mayweather thought when they were just finished, and it's like, fam, this ain't even a proper fight anymore,
Bro,
man.
listen.
that caught me off guard.
They said, is he trying to duck Blueco?
He's trying to duck these.
He's trying to duck Clelic.
Trust me,
Nah,
bro.
allow it, man.
Let's go to the Super Chats production.
We got a lot of super chats from Arsenal fans.
Good
man.
stuff.
Go.
Send the peas.
Box of Oranges 84 says, "I challenge all Arsenal fans to not talk about Klopp or Spurs for the next 7 days. You had a good season, so please spare us your deflection tactics."
I like that one.
EM says, "When people talk more about Arsenal than Man City, it shows which is the biggest club in London."
When
Nice.
people talk about, I don't get it.
Trying to say
He,
City
he,
fans
he
are-
thinks people are talking more about Arsenal today than City.
Copium, innit?
DOF says, well, I guess we can leave this one to the Arsenal section. Ajin Kia MCFC says that Jamaican Zordon is going to get cooked on Friday. I don't know what that means.
Damn.
Robbie, innit?
Crazy.
John Robbie, boy.
Big Man says United fans care more about Arsenal than City 4P. More
Nobody's
copium.
talking about.
No one
listen,
talked about it.
no one's talking about it. They want us to care.
It's just
They want
Randy
us to-
Orton
they-
voices.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Randy
They want us
Orton,
to care.
the
You know,
voices.
face front. They want us to care. We don't care, bro. You know what I mean? We don't care.
They trying to gas it up. Big Man also says Saka's Euros about to smash Foden. Let's see. He said Saka's Euros are about to smash Foden's Euros. Let's see.
I hope so. Do you lot just one of you lot win the Euros for me, mate? That's what matters.
Eli says all it took was one Saka absence and 10 minutes of Martinelli at right wing for Arsenal fans to say he should play more on the right. Hashtag
Martinelli was awful. Well, you don't thought Martinelli was good?
I didn't watch the game, so I didn't watch that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Yo, please, man. Saka and Martinelli, they ain't a comparison, mate. Saka's clear.
Tim AFC says, them 3 minutes of Fuad's mic being broken with a heartbreak. We will all remember where we were at that amazing time.
That's too much.
Don't worry, brother. We coming.
Joe Jr. says, what do I need to do to get Culture Cam's shirt? I love it. I'm guessing his own version.
Thank you, mate. You know what I mean? Just a smooth.
Bit nice clubber. Bit nice clubber.
Just head off down to Zara. You know what I mean?
Zara.
Tell them you came from me. Zara. Tell them you came from me. Let me get a discount card. Maybe I need to get a Zara black card. You know what I'm trying to say?
Culture Cam sent him.
I know, innit?
Said Zara.
Nafisa, says there was more noise about West Ham scoring than City doing a 4-peat.
Nah.
Cheo says Pep's run makes Mourinho look even more impressive. Ran him out of Spain and also stopped Fergie at times. Where is our Mourinho regen?
Can we? What's the thoughts on that comment? It's an interesting one.
I think Mourinho, you had a good run, man, but he's already being linked to Saudi today. I think that kind of just shows the...
No, but less so about where
between
Mourinho is now, but more so about the nature of this comment that Pep's run makes Mourinho's look more impressive.
Not really.
Not really.
Nah, I think
don't
it makes
get
him look worse, to
and
be honest.
this narrative
this is why I'm asking it. Like, I want to gauge your opinion on it.
No, because why are you still not in the mix? Pep is. Am I saying anything wrong here? Why is he not still in the mix? And at the same time, like this narrative that he ran. I mean, listen, Pep done it all in Spain. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like Mourinho came in, done well, but the way people go on as if like it was Mourinho's first season, he got Pep out, won, and Pep ran. Yeah. Pep won like 2-3 titles on his head.
The fade, bro.
How many titles did Pep win when Jose was there?
Speaking to your man.
1 year.
1, 9, 10, 10, 11. No, 10, 11. They were only there together 2 years.
2 years.
Okay, so one each.
So one he won, one the other.
And then he won a Champions League. Then he won a Champions League.
He won a Champions League and he knocked him out of the Champions League semi-finals as well.
Yeah. Super Cup.
Fair, talk your talk, man.
What do you think? You think it makes it look more impressive?
I'm just trolling, man.
Do you think people romanticize like parts of Mourinho's career?
Romanticize?
Yeah,
no, Mourinho had his moment. We all love it.
He's Mr. Charisma.
Yeah, 100%.
There's always a part of Jose that I think the narrative is always better. But I mean, at the same time, I don't think people should start discrediting what Jose did as well.
No.
So listen,
do you
Pep
think
is Pep. I think he's shown over the past decade or so, bro. There's
levels.
levels and
Let's be
brackets
honest.
to this shit, bro.
I've got a question for both of you. Do you think Pep took a bit of Mourinho's sauce with the press conference and stuff? Because this wasn't always Pep.
Yes.
The Pep we see today wasn't the Pep we've always seen.
I think you see the
he took a bit-
sabbatical? That's what he learned during the sabbatical. You see that Barca period, he didn't know how to deal with that. That's when he used to do in the press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Mourinho is the king.
Yeah.
But after that, I think he realised the importance of what that can have, not only on just your players, your fans, just on the general narrative as well.
I think it's English. I think it's English football, man. English media
That as well.
English
That as
media
well.
poke for that. English media, they love charisma. They draw to it. You know what I mean? Look how they talk about Clough and Fergie and even the guys lower, Harry Redknapp and Ian Holloway's, and bro, the English media absolutely love that type of guy. And I think him being in the Prem is where he really started just to, you know what I mean, just start coming out more a little bit, because he wasn't like that in Spain, he wasn't like that in Germany, but as in England, you just become like that.
He seems a lot more stress-free in England than he does in Spain. He's previously talked about at Barcelona, for example, it was never enough how much he did. There was always still the pressure, you got to do more. At City, man, he's the guy. Like, honestly, he probably feels like he owns the place.
Yeah.
So I feel like he just seems way more stress-free. I'm
does.
sure that shows in his press conference.
He does the fake stress at City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Fulham at home.
With Marco Silva.
He creates his own problems. Oh, we cannot replace Aguero. Like,
Come on, we got a lot of fake stress, man.
That's suffering from success.
Pace Aguero got Haaland scoring 90 goals.
Yeah, he
90
creates
games.
fake narratives, bro.
But that's one of the super chats you got. Sorry.
Yeah. So we got So we'll leave that one for later. Adnan says, another great year of FCM. All the best, guys. Chelsea Women's won the league for the 5th year in a row, so I'm leaving with something.
It's been a great Thursday. We'll talk at the end.
We'll talk at the end. Sure. Big up that super chat though. Appreciate that. And big up Chelsea Women's well. Big up Emma Hayes. She left with something.
We got a few more. Hold up. Sid G says, it's crazy to think City have more revenue than United. I've hardly seen City fans anywhere. #emptyhead. And then Fuad Kadani's Army says, Jose's last title was in 2015. LOL. Pep was at Bayern.
Jose's last title was at Bayern. Last title, a Premier League title.
Last title in general. League title. Last league title was in 2015.
2015. Yeah, it's a long time, innit? But
Chelsea, innit? Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, the game moves on quickly, bruv. The game moves on quickly.
See the thing about the old days.
Hey, one day somebody's gonna have to come and do that to Pep.
But I don't think, by the way, like Joe, like for me, it's more complimentary on Pep than it is on Jose. Everyone, time comes for everybody. The greats are the ones that are able to like surpass it and keep with the time. So if anything, it's not really a diss on Jose. That was his 10th, 11th year in management. A lot of guys fall off then. The fact Pep is doing it as long as he is, it's more like a compliment on him.
But also as well, I feel like you have to kind of know. Not that Josie has to know that, but you always have this feeling of, with Pep, his next move might be into international management or something. It's like knowing when to bow out or knowing when to make the move. And I feel like with Josie, he often got caught in this little weird space where things just got mad for him for no reason. And then you then have these black marks in you, like constantly getting sacked or ending up in these random places that you should never be. You know that when you go somewhere and you go out and night out and you're like, why am I here? Yeah. That's Josie's career in many instances. Why did you end up here? Yeah. You shouldn't have been here. But that's all that. Is there anything we want to say on City?
Spurs as well. That's what I'm saying.
Is there anything else you want to say on City before we move to Arsenal?
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations. Any big ups for Rodri or anything?
Of course.
Got his little goal as well.
We all say
that's what he does.
I mean, bro, it's so funny because it was through the game. I feel like he was really trying to score today. Did you see it?
Yeah.
He took a few shots and then he finally got his goal. And listen, he deserves it after the season that he's had, not being included in the Player of the Year discussions, which I think everyone would say is
criminal,
crazy. Probably seen now as the best midfielder in the league, or definitely in his position. And listen, now for people like Rodri, it's all about legacy building now. Now It's about when it's all said and done, where am I going to be in this top 10 midfielder combos? Where am I going to be?
How far from Busquets am I going to be?
Yeah, not for me. Not for me, but in terms
well, you
of...
said he can't get there at all?
Nah, not for me. I see the game. I know what I like. I know what's what as well.
He's too blocky.
No, you know when Roger kicks the ball in the stadium, you hear the whole echo, bro.
That's my favourite.
I'm like, but now, honestly, but I'm talking about in top 10 in the Prem, you're talking about Fabregas's and Scholes and all these. Eventually, he's gonna want to be. Where am I gonna be in that conversation?
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on to Arsenal. One thing before we get into Arsenal, I feel like in the last few weeks we've been very complimentary. I feel like the analysis we've given has been very fair. We've spoken to how hard it is to win a Premier League in this era. We've spoken to how much they have come along as a team, what they've done this year, the defensive record.
Yeah.
I guess the first question I want to ask was, when we were watching the game today, with everything that happened, did you look at Arsenal and think, this may be why you haven't won the league? Like, in terms of their performance, just in their performance today, in terms of their, obviously no Saka today, Foden goal goes in at 2 minutes. Obviously we did something previously where we were watching all the games live. You looked at their performance, they could not break down Everton for the life of them. Is that a reflection on Arsenal or a reflection of what they are missing in their team?
I mean, when City go 1-0 up in 2 minutes and you're told around the stadium that they're 1-0 up, instantly you're going to feel a little bit more flat. And it's just going to get buoy Everton up to be like, oh, they're a little bit, we've heard it too. Let's make this even more annoying. Let's make this even more of a jarring football game. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't say that's the reason, because I wouldn't put it down to Arsenal. I don't know. You can look at that Villa game and you can say that was, I keep saying it, I think that was a loss that they should have definitely avoided and it shouldn't have happened. But I wouldn't say today was any reflection of why they didn't win the league, because they still went on in crazy from, what was it, 15 wins in 18 their last
ridiculous run.
15 in, well, how many wins is it? I think it's 15 in their last 17 games or something like that. So I mean, it'll be a very fine nitpick to if we say this game a reflection of why they didn't win it. But I think one thing for Arsenal is that, which we spoke on, we spoke earlier. But I think one thing for Arsenal is that can it become a wear and tear? Everyone, of course, Arteta said we will be back and we're going to win it. That's all well and good to say, but the problem is when you constantly, finishing runners up, it's about breaking that mold, because I've said it before. The second season of when Liverpool were ready is when they went and won the league.
Facts.
The second season of when Man United were ready, when we finished second to Leeds, we won the league. City, when they were ready, they finished third, then they went and won the league. Chelsea, people forget Chelsea was second behind the Invincibles, not Man United. It was Chelsea. They went and won the league the next year. This is Arsenal's second year of being ready to win the league, and they haven't. So you never know. I haven't seen it. We don't know what's going to happen, but with their young team, their young core, young manager, top players, they should be there or thereabouts again next season.
When I look at Arsenal, one thing I'm excited about is the prospect of what they could potentially do with recruitment, because I looked at the performance today. Odegaard, player, and we keep saying this. Saka is Saka, player. You saw what Phil Foden done today. You saw what City's individuals are able to do, and that's no discredit to Arsenal's team. But in terms of the depth, we've said it all season long. Do they have enough that enables them to go at the same level constantly? That's where they'll probably look and think, who else can we bring into mix at this?
But Trossard came off the bench and was winning them. That's a bench player that
Jorginho came in the second half.
Jorginho came in and kicked in. I don't think we can say that.
We're still saying they may need a centre forward. There's still things that we're saying that they may need this.
I hear that, but is Doku a better sub than what makes Doku a better person to bring on than Trossard?
True.
You've got Doku, you still got Grealish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but Grealish didn't really do anything.
He didn't really get his opportunity. He didn't really even play that. You can't. Well, he had a little moment.
But we've also said Grealish this season, in terms of key moments, has played and had top performances, and the level of play
why can't Kivior be a Nathan Ake? I'm just generally. Are we going to now say these man's level is too clear? Like Ake's level, Akanji's level, and that is too clear of what Arsenal's bench players could be. I don't think Jorginho came in the season. Thomas Partey came from nowhere, and Arsenal went crazy again, winning 5-0.
A lot of the fans say they need to replace him.
I don't even think, Maze, I think in terms of the depth, I think some of the depth has stepped up in terms of the Kivior, Trossards, Jorginho.
Yeah, that's what
I think it's some of the first teamers in terms of Gabby Jesus leaving the season with 4 goals. That's costly.
There we go.
Martinelli falling off an absolute cliff this year. That's costly. Zinchenko falling off a cliff this year. That's your entire left-hand side and forward. And then now you've got this auxiliary midfielder who's turned into a 9, who's papered over the cracks. More depth. So for me, I don't know. I think there's individuals you can look at as to where they lost it, and you could say maybe had you had better quality depth, but I feel like some of the depth there stepped up.
Do you think it was the quality and depth that lost that?
No,
is the
not
reason why
quality depth.
Arsenal
But in terms of when you look at Arsenal, like if you're looking at Arsenal going to next season now, you still look at that squad and think you add 2 or 3 guys in there, and you get even closer.
But that's the starting lineup.
So you can push those maybe I phrased it wrong, but you're still looking at Arsenal. You're thinking we can optimize this. We can still go forward, and this is like the second season they've added more recruits into it.
And they'll add again.
It's really weird because you're mentioning Zinchenko and Jesus, who started off this whole cycle of take from City, let's move forward. Okay, you've taken us so far now, let's get more. That's interesting in itself.
But the problem is, all right, you bring in Kai Havertz, who's been praised this season for how well he's done.
Yeah.
So that's somebody that comes in, as you mentioned. Now that comes in. Remember, Jesus was praised last year for what his impact. Okay, towards the end when he weren't finishing, people finally turned. But are we saying Jesus, who was, by the way, the quality and depth for Man City when they were winning trophies, and everyone used to say, "Oh, we can't compete because they can just bring on Jesus." Now that's your bench player in for Arsenal. Zinchenko last season that's your depth player at Arsenal. So we can't sit here and act like it's the way Pep utilizes his depth. I'm not saying Arteta doesn't utilize his well, but it's all about perception, and that stems from how good Pep Guardiola is. But people are going to think that I was saying Ake is as good as Kivior. I'm not even saying that. But let's not forget, he was a Bournemouth player that Pep brought into the club.
Facts.
And now we're seeing him as this guy. Why can't a Kivior be this ever reliable, super dependable depth? Why not?
Yeah.
We can't just sit here and act like Arsenal's players on the bench are scrubs now.
Yeah.
They're not scrubs. They're good players. And I don't think it was the depth that cost them this title. Personally, I don't think it was the depth. I don't think. I just think in the run-in, you're playing against a team that are unbeaten since December, in the run-in, and you dropped, when you could have taken that leap, you dropped big points against Villa. And then City just said, thank you very much, because we're not dropping no more. We're gone. And that's it. I don't put it down to depth.
The form in December as well. I think the Villa loss at home. And I think even people are overlooking the City game, bro. City were an injury hit squad at that time, bro. You could have took advantage of that. City didn't even play great that day. They were there up for grabs. But you decided to, approach it cautiously. And then now you're sat at the end of the season. Oh, Spurs, please do us a favour. West Ham, please do us a favour. Oh, Fulham, please. Stop begging, bruv. It's disgusting.
Look at this.
Yeah.
What? How he maneuvered this into his own angle is insane, honestly. How he got himself is insane.
That talk all season just to finish second.
To be fair, you gotta hold your hands up. Hey, that's brilliant.
You fools! Yeah? You fools! All of you in the comments all season were like, man, don't worry, we're gonna lift the title at the end of the year. No, you didn't. And now we got to hear all that noise all over again about what Arteta's building, what he's doing. Year 5, we're going into year 5, yeah? Xabi Alonso, year 1. Xavi, year 1. Yeah? That's Barcelona, big institution over there. That's Leverkusen. Dislodged the great Bayern Munich that won it 10 times in a row. Okay, cool. I'm seeing what others can do. Can you do the same?
Damn.
Can you do the same, Arteta?
This guy is slick, man.
I'm just asking questions.
Damn.
But hey, we'll see.
Boy.
Find out next season.
Like,
That was unreal. Honestly,
yeah, bro, you gotta give it to Fuad.
He did that.
But the thing is, look, like, who did City bring in this summer? Mateus Nunes, didn't use him.
Hardly played.
Kovacic. Cover and Jorginho came from the same place, right? From Chelsea, both as Chelsea reject. This is what I'm saying with the depth stuff. We're gonna now act like Kovacic is unbelievable depth to have in your squad, but Jorginho is shit. That's shit depth. That's not true. Tomiyasu, Mr. Utility. What, Rico Lewis is better depth than Tomiyasu? Why?
So what is it?
I'm just trying to ask why.
It's the youth.
I'm just saying that it's the manager is clear. First of all, Pep is generational, and City's first team have more quality. It's not about the depth. The first team in Arsenal as well. They could have won them that league and the bench as well. It's just that Man City have a better manager and a better team. It's just a reality. But perception is everything. You give this depth that City have on their bench right now to Man United and Ten Hag, we'll be saying Saudi, please. All of them. Saudi. We'll be saying Alvarez is shit. Grealish goes Saudi. Who the hell is Akanji? Who the hell? Rico Lewis going to the youth team? It's the facts, though. It's the youth. The way a manager contains perception of a player is crazy, bro. Look at the difference between the way.
Man said, Harlem, we spent how much? Look at you bum.
Look at the difference between how we're looking at. We're now looking at Mateta like. Are you the Adebayor regen? But under Roy Hodgson, I saw this guy the worst player in the Prem. The way a manager can change your perception, bro. Honestly, Pep can probably win the league with Arsenal's depth. He probably can.
I asked, so on a different platform, I asked you guys a question. I said, if you swapped the managers, who would win the league? So that's Arteta with City and Pep with Arsenal.
It's impossible to know. Truly, it's impossible to know because it's how can Arteta? How does Arteta utilize that talent? Like some Arsenal fans, not gonna say the whole fan base, but some of them said, "Oh, does he allow his attackers to have the most freedom? So if you put him at City, could you have similar? Like it's impossible to know."
But if you had to pick one for the sake of argument,
you're arguing a guy who's never won a league versus a guy who's lost 3 in 16 years. So it's very obviously it's gonna be Pep. But I just think in a season like this, right? Last year for me, Arsenal clearly bottled the league. But in a year like this, man, it comes down to fine margins. I don't really want to say, it's depth or it's at the end of the day, they won by 2 points?
Yeah. It's fine margins.
You're
saying exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
With City, with Arsenal as well, the reason why you have to, because like, if you had a tick box of things that you needed to do to win the league, wins, most they've ever got in the league before, clean sheets, they done that. Defensive record, they done that. Beat your closest rivals. They took 4 points off City and Liverpool.
Not enough.
Like on the checklist, they did most things. They literally did most things. If you looked at before the season, he said if you did this, you'd be in contention. They'll be like, okay, we'll try our best. That's why it's so weird. So 2 weeks ago when we had the conversation, we said it's almost impossible to win this league because you have to be at your best, and your best may not be enough.
But one thing I would say though is that like, I do think like, and I speak to Liaz about it sometimes, I do think people, maybe because it's the first experience for a lot of people in title races, about when it happened with Liverpool, when it happened with with Arsenal now, because obviously it's been 20 years. It's not only that, it's not about even learning, it's like, this is what title races are.
Facts.
I don't know if people thought in the past that you didn't have to win a lot of games to win a league. Manchester United we've lost the title to Chelsea by 1 point. We've lost the title to City by 1 point, or what was it? Aguero moment. I don't even know what the points was at that point. Like you have to, like we dropped points in that running and we didn't win the league. Like you can't drop points in a title running, regardless of whatever era it is. If you do, a team's going to capitalize on it. I remember Arsenal 2002, 2003 dropped about 8 points. You were dropping points. Man United caught them. You can't afford to drop it in any title race. This isn't new and exclusive to Pep Guardiola, by the way.
Facts.
It's not just if when Pep leaves, all of a sudden you can lose 8 games and win the league. It's not going to happen.
It's always been a maximum.
Fergie used to say, "Listen, if you 5 max." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's the reality. A title race is the elite level, the elite fine margin. So
all I feel like is you see that 5 that Fergie used to say, move that notch up even more. To
maybe
2 games you can lose.
Yeah, you have to be borderline perfect to win the league.
Well, then that's a big shift. Then, like losing 5 games in a campaign. Okay, on average, you're losing a game every like 6 groups of fixtures. 2 a season, 2 throughout.
No, but how many did Man City lose?
City lost 3.
City lost 3.
Yeah, but on 2 and 3
But
is
Arsenal
To be
lost
better
5.
than them,
Arsenal lost
is
5.
to lose 2.
that's mad.
Do you know
That's
what I mean?
mad.
To be better
Through
than
that's
City,
mad.
That's what it has to be.
But this is what I'm saying though. You guys are forgetting 08-09, Liverpool lost 1 game and
Yeah,
Man
but
United
that's what
won
I'm
the
saying.
league.
City-
So we're talking. Man United
Let me
won the
tell you
league.
this, Cam,
Liverpool
07
drew 12
Well,
games.
yes, with Mascherano.
Yes, they lost 1 game and drew
Cam.
12.
But
Yeah,
drawing-
it's not hard to.
Cam.
It's hard to win the league.
07-08, Arsenal lost 3 games. They lost less games than they did this season.
This is what I'm saying. So I think like people, yes, Pep is this and that, but the premises of what it takes to win a title is always going to be
Almost
ultra hard
perfection,
wherever you go, bro. Wherever, like it's going to be ultra difficult, and you can't lose games in the running. And that's what happened this season, unfortunately for Arsenal. It's got to go back again.
One thing as well, too, right? Like, I remember when Fergie used to win league titles, for example. This is why I was comparing this year's City team, the way they did it.
They lost 2,
to like the way United teams have done it in the past. This, like the way Pep won it this year, beat all the teams below 6th, basically, home and away. And then against the top 6, try and win your games at home, and then away, try and get a result. I think the only big 6 team that City beat this year was United twice and Spurs. Against the rest of them, he just drew all of those games. Now Arsenal, they beat all the big teams. Fair's home and who
they lost to Arsenal. City lost to Arsenal.
No, but I'm saying Arsenal. They basically won all the big 6 games if you want. But when you look at the games that they dropped, West Ham at home, Fulham home and away dropping points, Aston Villa home and away dropping points. Those are the games that realistically you can't win the league by losing to West Ham at home, guys. Like that's an unforgivable result. People were saying, can West Ham do Arsenal a favor today? Just don't lose to them yourself. So I think that's like some people will say, oh, City's impossible to beat them. It's not really impossible, but you do have to beat the teams that come to your ground that are worse than you.
Yeah, I feel like a large part of this though is like, when Haaland came to the league, we used to say this thing where it was like, it's almost like he scored before he's even played because players are intimidated of them. Given Man City's record, it's almost like teams know the second half of the season, we just can't live with that. So it's almost like, you know, with Jose used to try and win the league by December and try and front end the season. If you want to go up against this City team and you know that this from January is just going to be a foregone conclusion. Teams need to start thinking about, how do we manage to do something that really disrupts them? Because I'm listening to Liaz, you're right. They weren't great against the top 6 teams.
No,
We spoke about their record all year. But again, second half of the season, we are going to win every game or maybe drop 1 point. That's crazy.
I would say, like, in amongst this, like, the people that should get, I think, they walk away from this season from Arsenal with enhanced reputation
Saliba.
is the defense, bro. Like, no matter what has happened this season, that defense have held down that team, bro.
For sure.
That defense have held down Arsenal, honestly. Like, not just talking about individual defense, whatever defensive unit, whatever Arteta coached defensively, it kept them in it. Because remember, there was a moment where it was, how is Havertz going to fit into the team? There wasn't scoring goal. It didn't feel like free flowing. But that defense stayed solid all season up until the end. So they're the ones for me that walk out with their reputation like sky high for me. They had an incredible season.
Let's go into some of these Arsenal super chats and see what the people are saying.
Before I do, let me just tell you this as well too, right? We were talking a lot about this year, Arsenal, in every statistic they're beating City. The way the league ended up, City had the same amount of wins, they had less draws, they scored more goals, and they had the exact same goal difference. So there was a point where Arsenal were like overwhelmingly ahead of them in all of those. People were saying, how are they going to lose the league if they... The way City finished out the season is like incredible, man.
So I don't want to hear none of that chat about we deserve to win it.
Nah, the team that the league never
joint goal difference.
the same goal difference with more goals scored and less conceded.
10 like 3 games ago.
But that's what I'm saying. City clawed it back these last few games, bro.
Shark team,
Come
man.
Tottenham Stadium, we'll give you a couple.
I remember I actually asked Lee as a question. Remember, I asked Lee as a question one time. I was like, has a team ever won the league but not had the like highest goal difference? Like, what team has had the highest goal
It
difference?
happened every once in a while.
And then when we checked it, and it happened every once in a while. But that was only like 2 weeks ago when I asked him that question, bro. And now it's joint. That's mad.
I'm sure
bro.
Chelsea won a league without having high goal difference before.
You'll be surprised because you guys always used to not concede that
a
much.
lot of goals,
You know what I mean? You might
we
score
did-
70, but concede 20, 25. All of a sudden,
But you have some teams that score some.
I want to say
it was Spurs. Spurs had the best goal difference in the season that
Leicester won it.
that no. I think you had better goal difference than
Chelsea.
Conte's team.
Yeah.
Well, they see.
Yeah. What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Spurs had more goal difference than
That's what I'm
Chelsea
talking
that
about,
year.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
We had the
about.
best defensive record for 2 years.
Yeah.
Did nothing with it.
But you guys listen.
Arsenal had a-
better not try and be like you lot, Poch's Spurs, boy. That's what I'm saying.
Remove that FA Cup, and it just looks like
Spurs
Poch,
Spurs had a better goal. Spurs had a better goal difference than Leicester too.
Hey.
Whoa!
Right now, is this not the Leicester season?
Wow.
Leicester season, we had 2 close seasons as well. They've had 2 close seasons.
Wow.
I was gonna say Spurs had a better goal difference than Leicester too.
Is it?
Yeah.
But Spurs.
Bro, I'm
how
telling
do
you, that
guys do
defensive
this
record
stuff,
we
man?
had for those 2 years.
How do you guys do
just
this
like these man, waxing about their defensive record.
There's similarities there though. There is similarities
I'm
between
just
the
saying.
Spurs and Arsenal.
It's true.
Arsenal now.
It's
for
true.
me.
Let's go to super chats. What time we want?
We had one about who do Arsenal need to sign or what kind of signings they transfers Arsenal need to get to make those extra few points up. That's from DOF. What transfers do Arsenal need to make?
Reshift that whole left-hand side, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
think that's the first order of business.
No, but Timber's coming in.
Yeah, but where does he
Timber a
play in
left
this
back?
thing?
I keep asking Arsenal fans this
Because they're telling me they're
he
coming
played
in.
in 1 preseason. Bro, I watched him at Ajax for 2.5 years. The Brer did not play left back very often. He
But
played right
that's
back,
what-
centre back, sometimes CDM. Left back, he played.
That's what they keep
couple
saying, though. They
occasions.
keep saying Timber's
Man are
coming in.
going on like Timber's a left-footed left. Bro, he's right-footed.
The
That's
Tim-
what people
That's
know.
what I'm saying. They keep saying Timber's coming in left
where
back.
did Timber play against City in the Community Shield? Was it at left back? Or in
I
those,
think it was at left back. Yeah. I think
the
it was a Community
Community
Shield
Shield,
and some preseason games. He played at left.
if that's the case, then Fuad, it's hard not to imagine Arteta was planning on him playing in that position for him. Then
Yeah, inverting in left back, innit? That was probably
Fairs.
the plan to have it, because remember he wanted to have it centre mid.
He
at
came
first.
on today as
We
well,
would've
wasn't
pushed him up.
He came on today as well.
Yeah.
But
I
either
mean-
way, I think, listen, he comes in like a new signing anyway, but I would have thought like a natural left back.
I think get a striker probably. Get a striker in maybe
Bagman.
like let's say like
You
an
reckon,
inside.
Cam?
And I think so. I don't think they should go next season. Just what? Like you think Havertz? I don't know. I don't know. I can see that quickly becoming we need better. That's what I'm saying. And that left hand side. Listen, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, they need to get a better winger than Martinelli. they need to get a better wing than Martinelli and Trossard, ever reliable, but for Arsenal to go there, imagine if they had like a Rafael Leao or something, or if they had you know what I mean, somebody on that level that can push it. I think Martinelli's good, but I've said it already, like good squad player, get you some goals when it's necessary, but not to that level. He's not Saka for me. He's not Odegaard. He's not Declan Rice. He's not Saliba and that. You know. I think they need more players on that level now.
I think they need a left center mid. Like I think they need someone kind of like in that midfield with Rice, with an Odegaard, and then that left side. Because I know they tried with Havertz at one point, and then you had Jorginho coming in pushing.
Like a Bruno
Yeah, someone like that. Or they're talking about Frankie. Right? They're talking about Frankie, for example, like a left-sided midfielder, left center midfielder.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm not lying to you. I think Frankie would be the most perfect centre mid signing.
Oh, it depends though.
Him next to Rice.
But is Rice? It depends. Is Rice an 8 for him, or is he going to be a 6? So that's something. So you either got to buy a 6 or an 8. Well, one of them, depending on where he's.
In my eyes, you buy Rice for that much, you have to utilize him in his best position. I think he's a 6 personally.
Fair dues. What other super chats we got?
What else have we got? Arsenal. So Mohammed Yusuf says Arsenal fans doing this City are too good gimmick. After all that talk is nasty. City at 91 points. That's less than 16-17's Chelsea team. Pipe down, Arsenal fans.
Tell him again, bro.
Fairs.
Hanshalou says only a Spurs fan would want to remove trophies. All right.
Because you said
if you take away the
FA Cup. But even add the FA Cup.
Everybody be putting asterisks next to Liverpool's league title, but don't want to do it for Arsenal's FA Cup. You know what? I'm here for
It's the jacket.
Listen,
it's the jacket.
Yeah, he's feeling like crazy. You're feeling like
crazy. You're literally.
He's feeling like Tish be dizzy, innit? Flip it out, bro. Old school teams, bro. I'm not, bro. Come on, man.
If you know, man.
We did the science. What else we got there?
20 says if Arsenal just handled their business against Fulham and Villa, we would have had a Centurion season. Instead, we got 1 point from 12. Not good enough. Yeah, but if you win every single game, then you're gonna have 132 points or something like that. Like, I don't know.
I want that. Losing your league title because of Iwobi,
type B.
Leno, Bastian, them, man. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's a very interesting concept. Because Fulham weren't playing for anything this season,
bro. Fulham were the weirdest team.
Bro,
this year,
I love Fulham. They were on vibes. Pereira and them, man. Harry Wilson. They were just on
Marco
vibes
Silva. He deserves massive credit this year, by the way. Marco Silva losing
Definitely.
Mitrovic and the way. Yeah, I think he deserves a lot of
I
credit.
remember there was a point where it looked like he was going to go, innit?
This summer, Saudi came in for him and he rejected it.
Staying and stuff. There's some managers that have just done a good, steady job this year, man. Raiola, Marco Silva. We got shout out Glasner.
Glasner has been
obviously this guy's
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche, exactly. A lot of these managers at that level did well, and obviously the relegation teams. It's unfortunate, but we still got to give a shout, I think, to Rob Edwards, man. Luton gave it a go, and for them to be the highest of the relegation, I thought they were going to be the worst team to ever play in the Premier League. End up being Sheffield United, being one of the worst.
Did they
teams
go
I've
down
seen.
by goal difference?
I don't even know what went on, but they gave it a go, man. You know what I mean? And I think he did a decent job. I actually think he did a good enough job that if there was a sacking at some point next season, maybe you would hire Rob Edwards. Sorry, so. Yeah, I think he's done well.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Him to Brighton?
But I don't know if you would consider
Brighton.
I don't know if you'd consider a relegated manager if you're a team that's going to be fighting relegation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
but a lot of Luton was down to squad quality. I would say
they had a better squad.
Yeah,
and he had better tools at his disposal.
Did Jesse Marsh get another job after getting rid?
He's the coach. He's the Canadian national team coach now.
No, they sent that brother to Leah's country, bro. They said, get out of here,
Jesse
man.
Marsh had 2 jobs in the Prem.
No, just one. Leeds.
Really?
Just one.
2 jobs high. Who's
He only had Leeds.
Are you confusing him with Bob Bradley?
No,
he only had one as well too.
Why do I feel like Jesse Marsh has had 2 jobs?
RB Leipzig he had.
No.
He was meant to, at least he was meant to go somewhere, Sutton.
He was linked with one team.
He was meant to go somewhere.
Man. Stay in Canada, bro.
Anyway, as we were saying,
we'll take him, man.
Let's go.
You gotta save my life, bro.
Go do something with Jonathan David, man.
Let's we still got more super chats?
Yeah, we got a few more. Fuad. So Dominic says Fuad and Cams are spitting facts here. Winners win and losers whine. Not sure what Fuad knows about winning, but
hey! I'm just conversing here, and I'm spitting facts.
Ben is the best says having Fuad on without an Arsenal fan present is criminal. Too many unanswered shots from this dusty chicken ball FC supporting senior citizens.
Welcome to my podcast.
Richard says, realistically, how do you have Spurs finishing higher than 8th, 10th? There are 7 better teams, and teams like West Ham have better individuals too.
Address it next season. Yeah, address it.
What?
Why would we have Spurs finishing higher than 8th, 10th?
I think he's trying to say
they finished higher than 8th and 10th this season.
I think he's trying to say, do you see Spurs finishing?
Did someone make this shout at the beginning of the season? Is that what he's trying to say? Saying Spurs shouldn't be higher than 8th. I don't know. If you want to clarify that, Richard, let us know. That's a weird one.
I probably would have predicted us around 7th, 8th at the start of the season, but don't know what that has to do with anything.
Any more?
Aya says, you guys are nitpicking Arsenal at this point. City broke records with their run up to December with no losses. It was more of City being the greatest team the Prem has seen more than Arsenal's issues.
But the thing is, though, this is what I'm saying. Yes, you nitpick when you're talking about 2 top sides in a title race because it's fine margin. You're not just gonna. What's the point of this show? If we're, all right, yo, City was so good. All right,
we'll see you next week.
That's it. Done.
Done. Is that what the pod should be? Like, you're gonna talk about it. Like, when you're talking about the best teams, best players.
Yeah.
When you're talking about why this person's better, when you're talking about why Musiala is better than Jude or Jude is better than, you're gonna get into it. You're gonna nitpick. Oh yeah, but no. Do you see the way he gets it on the half turn? Or do you see the way his power? It's nitpicking, bro. That's what happens at the elite level.
Facts.
Simple as that.
By the way, if your excuse for your team losing a league title is just, the other team is the best of all time, like,
so why did you compete?
you're what? We might as well not even play the season. The point is, you guys are supposed to win it over them.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what they say? There's only one. Some people say there's only one team trying to win the league, and that's how it is. Because when you hear it, the excuses and stuff that come afterwards, and everyone acts like, we were never even meant to compete, or how did? Listen, you're never.
We were just happy to be there.
Arteta's there telling you we're going to win it. Yeah. But then your fans are telling you
no, do it right.
In my mind, we are going to leave the Premier League.
But why is this guy made it sound like?
Why did you do that?
You don't sound like.
Why did you do that in the middle of a press conference? Why did you say your brain told you what is up with your brain? Now we need to go for a CAT scan and see what's up.
Oh my god.
Huh? My brain is going, what brain? You got schizophrenia, brother? Huh?
Well, I know the guy who talked about bazookas ain't talking right now about schizophrenia.
Hey, Arteta!
You guys are going to the same doctor. Hey, you two are going to the same doctor, bro.
Oh man, any more super chats?
We got a few more. Luffy the Sun God says, just wanted to say I'm proud of the lads. They didn't collapse like everyone wanted. We go again. Mountains are overcome inch by inch. Pause.
Mountains are overcome. You ain't ever climbed on mountains, brother.
Hey, you never climbed that mountain. Let me tell you that right now.
Say swear, I haven't climbed the mountain. Say swear.
They start talking about you, bro.
Yeah, I thought Leah's.
He didn't say anything about you. This guy's power, bro. There's no
relax,
in the building, bro. You're good.
Climbing mountains.
You good, bro. You good.
I saw fire in them young lads' eyes. They seem ready to go. # come on, you Gunners. Football CF Candy says, Mays, can fans put... we'll go to this one after. Mohammed Yusuf says 16-17 Spurs are only 3 points behind this Arsenal side. And that's basically it. And then the last one, I guess I don't know if you want to talk about Chelsea today, but this one says, Football CFC Candy says, Mays, can fans put pressure on Chelsea directors? They're going by to sell Gallagher, Cucurella, and Chalobah and sack Pochettino. Can fans protest? They're killing the club.
By the way, shout out to Kudus for that goal.
Yeah, crazy. The Kudus goal, mad. Casado from halfway line.
I ain't seen Casado's yet.
Matisse.
Speaking. Get your belt! Where the fuck do you think you're going? Get his ass!
Hey, Chase! We don't want to talk about Chelsea anymore. Mid-table, nobody cares. Where are you?
Hey! Get him!
Hey, do we have the WWE behind thing cam?
What is
We need a behind the scenes camera.
Hey, Matisse, come have a seat. Come have a seat. Come have a seat there. Come have a seat.
Grab him and pull him.
Come have a seat.
Grab him and bring him.
Matisse, have a seat.
And bring him. Grab him and bring him.
What you saying? I'm Eighth place!
Hey!
Get on my street!
Where did it go?
Get on my street now!
Hey, come grab a seat.
Have a seat.
Pull the mic there.
Have a seat.
Hey.
Matisse.
What you just
Matisse,
saw
there's
right
something I
there,
want
by
you to
the way.
address.
What you just saw right there is two clowns fighting each other. Two broke ass dudes fighting each other.
Matisse,
Where'd you find those?
I found it at the back. I had to go
I say you're not under the ring. Just said there's something I want to address. Obviously, you and Cam have constant back and forth. One of the ones that sticks out in my mind was the whole sort of who is in a better position between United and Chelsea. Is there anything you want to address now that you have culture comes in front of you?
Woo! It's just mad, how you can sit in mediocrity and still find yourselves above Manchester United all season long, up until game week 33. Nobody heard from us, down in the depths of hell, and then the Red Devils say, "We got something for you." 8th place, no European football. Manchester City, 4-peat. And then, after a treble last year, they're going to let them dunk on their heads in the final next week for the double. Yeah! But they be focusing on London and what's going on Southside.
Most of them are from
Neighborhood
London.
watch, group chat, can we get it started? CCTV, security system, can we get it going? Because Manchester is moving mad. And he thinks he can... Oh, Foden! We praising Foden for?
Hold on a second.
What about your players? what about your star boy? What about Diallo? What about your guys? No, we can't have this anymore. All season, Enzo.
That haunted you, right? I've had enough. Don't let me turn it up. I'll turn it up. I'll make it worse. I'm telling you. I finished that guy. I finished and
Never heard this man's name. John Joe Shelby all season has been ringing in my ears. Couldn't sleep at night. No.
Oh, God.
listen, we're meant to be mates. We have a common rival, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? We're meant to be mates. Man, and Chelsea, that's good friends.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Fuck out of here, man.
It won't well.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get a handshake that you won. You won this year.
What's he gonna do?
No, I'm not.
He gonna pull me down.
I'm not.
Hold on. Cam, before you shake his hand. The super chat says, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Man United win the FA Cup, then Chelsea get Conference League and Man United get Europa League.
But y'all, do you
yeah.
guys believe?
I didn't know there was that plot twist.
Do you believe?
We
been
can
saying
send
it.
we can send you out of the Europa.
That's what someone is
Yeah,
telling me.
but
I'm
do you
not sure if
believe?
it's true?
No, because no, we finished
You,
sixth,
my
so
friend.
fifth is Europa, and then sixth will get Europa if City win.
So you're giving us a lifeline.
But do you believe?
Brothers.
No, you have
What
your own
happens if we
lifeline.
win it?
You don't believe?
If you win it, we go conference
Yeah,
because
that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I'm talking about. So we'll get Europa and you get conference.
yes, but
So
that
you're
was
giving
always
us-
the.
So we've got a lifeline.
Yeah, you
You've
do.
always had a lifeline.
But do you believe?
You've
do
always
you
had
believe?
a lifeline.
It doesn't matter about my belief. Don't let it happen. That's all that matters. Don't let it happen, Matisse. Don't let it happen, mate. You four-eyed punks. Somebody do four-eyed punks. Yeah, I'm gonna remove your glasses off your face, bro. If you let that happen, I'm snatching glasses, bro. I'm gonna be the glasses collector, bro. What are you talking about? I'm a glasses collector. Can you see me better? Can you see me better? Listen, don't let it happen.
Don't let it happen.
Don't let it happen.
I saw you.
But well done to Chelsea.
You know,
well done.
Esteval. I've seen you guys. You know, you're quite impressed by the signings. You like what you see?
Ambition.
Yeah, you like it.
I
Yeah.
like it. Listen, do you know what? I'll be honest. I think Chelsea are coming next season. Pause. But I do think you're coming. I do think Chelsea are loading up next season. I'll be honest. No.
Don't catch your breath, man.
How does that help the situation? How did man press pause and then press play?
Whoa,
Brother love.
yo. Nah, but next season, Chelsea top 3. I think so.
Now
He doesn't believe it.
He doesn't believe it.
No. The thing is, next season you have to get top 3. That's the thing. You have to, because now you're saying, Chelsea are on the resurgence, blah, Man United are shit,
I
right?
like to say points target. Points is more important than position.
What's the points target?
Because Oli can finish second and the points ain't
What's
same
the
as
points
Arsenal's.
target?
For me, it's got to be...
75?
Yeah, I think 70 to 75.
No, do you want 75 to 78?
What?
Nah.
That's what you have to get.
Chelsea have not got more than 74 points since... not at all, actually.
Chelsea don't even know who their manager is going to be next year.
Since Conte... He's trying to set me up. Since Conte, Chelsea have never got 78 points. Never done 78 points.
So what are you aiming for?
Like I said, 70 to 75. What did we finish on? 63?
So what? Okay, what
you
about
gotta go.
76? 76.
I said 70, 75.
Are you trying to win a deal here about Man City?
Why are you trying to negotiate with me?
76.
What's going on here?
Why are you trying to
What
negotiate
can we
with me?
expect from Ineos?
No.
What can we expect? What can we expect from Ineos?
Order.
What can we expect from Ineos?
Don't worry about that. You guys
Because
are
you
ready.
said United are in a better place than Chelsea. What can we expect from Ineos? That's the debate you had with him. That's why he's here.
Yes.
Exactly.
So what do we expect?
Exactly. And now I said, okay,
Address
cool.
him.
I did though. I said you won that one. But now next season, because you lot are here boastful, you're both here bragging.
one's boastful.
No. Yes, you are.
No one's boastful.
Don't try to do that.
No one's boastful.
You're both here.
No.
So no.
It's not about boastful. It's about you finished the season on -1 goal difference.
Okay,
So
yes,
we
we
want
get
to
that.
hear your opinion. It's not about being
It's a
boastful.
Chelsea discussion, lads. It's
No.
a Chelsea discussion, not
No.
United.
No.
Because now you're here. Wait.
He never wants to talk about United.
Wait.
Why?
He came in.
Let me land.
No, 1 second, bro. He came in and asked you, why did he finish 8th place? That's a United conversation.
He came here trying to fight me, bro. He came here trying to assault me. I will be pressing charges. You are not getting away with that assault.
on video, mate.
Yeah, you see it. I will be pressing
He
charges.
said 8th place, address. That's what he said when he came in.
No.
He said, how have you finished 8th place?
But then when he went on his little rant that he was talking about a Chelsea situation. So now I'm going to talk about Chelsea because you're boastful. I can see your chest is high.
Because I've done a few push-ups.
Your chest is real high. You too.
Let me say, I can see the gains.
You too.
I was walking through North London today. Sad faces
You felt
everywhere.
good too, right?
I felt good. Yeah, I felt
He's
good.
boastful too. So now, if everyone's boasting, because you see me, I'm not boasting. It's not a good season for us. I don't know what next season holds. But you guys are saying, yeah, you can feel it with Chelsea. So
No, but you said Ineos.
Let's start adding some expectations
Structure.
with Chelsea, right?
Hold on.
Are we not allowed to?
Hold on,
not know
Ineos.
Let's start adding some expectation.
Hold on, Ineos structure.
76 points.
Ineos structure.
Can I respond?
76. What's 76 points? Why?
76
That's
points.
so
Can I
random.
respond?
What does that even mean?
Is it my turn?
There's a
Is it
number
my
of
turn?
wins attached to that.
Hashtag 76 all next season.
Is it my turn?
70 to 75. You said 76.
Is it my turn? I do not
Hashtag
know
76.
I do not know if I have a manager next year. I do not know if this club is going to sell assets or buy 10 gazillion players. I do not know what to expect, so I cannot set expectations.
So why do I know what to expect? How would I know what to expect? You're asking
Because
me
you
what to expect,
came
but
in
you're
and
the
said
ones with the
Ineos.
structure. When did I say? What did I say about Ineos?
You said
You have to
don't.
quote
You
me.
said
Quote me verbatim.
verbatim. You said
Quote me
verbatim.
verbatim.
Let me jump in here.
Quote me
go on.
verbatim.
Is Pep running before Ineos?
We got it. Yes, we got it. Yes. Yeah, I said so. You hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
So you got bullets for Pep?
Hold on.
You ain't got bullets for Chelsea?
Hold on.
Bazookas.
What I said is he running before we're ready? That's what I said. I said, yo, give us 3. Come on, Pep, just give us 3.
So wait,
Let me
this is 1.
3. Give me. No,
So
shut the
next-
fuck up. This is 1. You man. It's only 1. Pep, give us 3. Give us 3. Give us 3. Have you got 3 more in you, Pep? Don't run before we're ready. Don't run before.
What do you mean run?
before
This
Ineos.
brother's been on the block for
Don't run
7
before
years.
Ineos already.
What do you mean run? He's been on the block for 7
Bro,
years.
somebody has to take down the giant.
And when is it going to
Somebody
be
has
their
to do it.
neighbours who know
That's
their
what I'm-
door number,
Give us
who don't want to take out their rubbish anymore on a Sunday? When are you going to do something about this? You are the only club who have not
Say, give us
competed for
3.
the league
Can you give me one
since
more day?
Fergie left. Not once have you tried to slay the dragon. You have not competed once. We have won on Pep's head top with Conte. I'm taking it straight.
claiming that one?
Yeah, I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it. Liverpool, Arsenal are giving it a go.
No.
Arsenal are giving it a go. When are you going to do something? When are you going to do
You
something?
confirmed it earlier. I said you confirmed it earlier. You actually confirmed it earlier, so you can't do
I've
it.
been watching the show
I asked the
on the
question.
train. The whole way up, I've been watching.
Confirmed it earlier. We literally asked how many have won, and you said Conte.
On Pep's head like that. That was like on his head. That was like, yeah, we slapped his head aside.
We say we went on his foot.
Bro, you weren't ready. You know what I mean? You weren't ready. But as I said, hey, just give us 3. Pep, just give us 3.
Can you give me one more day?
Give me 3. Just give me.
I'm not asking for a year.
Hold on. Okay, now I've told you guys. Give us 3. How long should we give you guys till you guys get down Pep? Or you guys start having some expectation?
When Bluco came in, it was a 7-year plan.
7 years.
Wait.
7 years to get to the
That sounds like the coach.
We have to wait till Esteval got facial hair for them to
What?
Nah.
7 damn years. I've got to wait.
Well, so Pep in his quotes was saying today that I don't know if I'm going to extend. I'm just going to do next year and see what happens.
He's talking worse.
2025, I want to be in a title chase. 25, 26. I've got one more year
of Pep.
One more year of Pep.
Little horse.
One more year to buy time.
Yeah.
And then I want to be there. Because I can't have Arsenal lifting the Premier League title after Pep. I need to be in the conversation.
But realistically, let's like jokes aside and everything. City and Arsenal are going to be there.
Next season.
Liverpool, we don't know what's going on with them. Spurs, God knows.
Little horse.
Spurs, God knows. Villa will have Champions League football, new format to contest with. Who else is in this little space? Newcastle, we never really know what to expect. They could invest. Chelsea, realistically, let's be real here. Based on how we're finishing the year with the money spent with what our club is, there is an expectation that now that we're not finishing in the bottom half of the table and we've moved a bit closer, we should be continuing to look north.
Yes.
So if we're sixth now, we can't say we're aiming for 5th. We can't say we're aiming for 5th. We should be aiming for top 4 next year.
Points target is better because then you can actually judge the progression because you know the points fluctuate with
Definitely,
the positions
100%.
every season.
100%.
Like second isn't to Oli where it's to Arteta.
100%.
So that's why I don't like to do position.
100%.
So 76.
Why 76? What is that to you? Is that your favourite number?
76. 76.
So what's United's target next year?
Well, what we got this year? 60. United.
25 wins.
66.
25 wins.
6 more points.
25 wins, basically, is what he's asking.
25 wins.
6 more points.
25 wins for Chelsea. You can do that,
6
right?
more points. Where's this guy
You can do that, bro.
25 wins.
25 wins.
Hey, chill on 60. We tanking.
76.
We tanking for a draft pick next year. We ain't getting 66 points, bro. Hey, next year is developing Hoyland and
76. Let's take on 76.
I'm not shaking on 76.
Let's
I
take
said
on
70 to
76.
75. That's what
Listen,
I said.
I agree with that 70-75.
I'm gonna find my next Chelsea victim.
Oh man,
Have you apologized to Caicedo?
Turkish isn't.
Have you apologized to Caicedo? Because he scored a banger today, you know.
What did I say
Caicedo.
about Caicedo? I didn't get
Yeah, but I didn't really see too much proper to start the season. Oh, I'm not
No,
sure about this player.
no.
He's come from Brighton. He's only done 1 year. I'm not too sure about this guy. It's not
That was
really.
me,
I
to be
think he might be a bit overhyped.
Nah, that's stuff.
I think it was you. I can't lie.
Yo, that's him.
Belt back up.
That's him.
lie.
It's him.
Hey,
It's him.
which one of you was it?
It's him.
Who?
Yeah, I just read the comments.
that American
honestly.
dude over
I
there?
just read
Shit.
Super Chat.
It was the Canadian dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that dude over
That guy
there.
from.
Why we acting like Caicedo's had an unreal season now? He did alright, man. Good, nice goal. What the hell are we doing here?
Nice goal. Have you been watching it recently? Come on, don't do
It was
that.
nice.
But when's he been better? When's Caicedo improved?
Oh, you're.
Hold on, let's just ask the question.
When has Chelsea improved?
No, wait.
He's a shameless man.
When has Caicedo and Chelsea and Gallagher improved?
Oh no.
Oh, you're judging man on a
I'm
hernia
just
injury.
asking. When?
Oh, you're a bad man.
When did they improve?
You're a bad man. I bet he
feel
judges Saka on
personally,
his injuries as well.
I think they
Hey,
improved
big up Turkish.
Wait,
This is an interesting.
I think they improved around the what was it? I would say they improved around Aston Villa game 2-2. What happened before that?
Before that, he had a hernia injury.
Who?
Enzo. We dashed that.
I didn't mention Enzo. Oh, what are you talking about Enzo for?
Because you always mention Enzo. I know what you're
But
going
why are you
with.
talking about Enzo?
I know where you're going with this. Don't try
I
it.
didn't mention Enzo, bro.
Just asking the general. What
Oh, the Kukurea inverting. You want to talk about that?
Kukurea.
Why did he go inverted? Why did he go inverted?
Why did
There was more
exactly?
space there.
They had to
You got guys
recreate.
clogging
They
up
had to
the
recreate the
center,
Brighton
bro.
model. That's what they had to do. They had to recreate the Brighton model.
That is too funny,
Good
man.
about Bacon Boy. Anyway,
Turkish said that Arsenal went from 5th to title challenging.
exactly. So 76 points, 25 wins. Chelsea next season. Shake.
I'm not shaking. I want to see how my preseason goes, man.
You're letting Arsenal, man. Set the
I'm not.
standard.
Why is Turkish? He was
What, title-
standing outside the
Wait, wait,
Etihad,
wait.
standing
Let's
outside the
talk
Etihad
about-
doing
wait,
believe,
let's talk about title
and then
challenge.
that's where the Premier League trophy ends up. What?
Yeah, man.
I don't want to see you in the
Yeah,
comments.
man.
I was walking through North
Yeah,
London with my
man.
Chelsea top on. All these Arsenal fans walking down with their heads down.
Head
like this,
down.
Gonna get all crooked necks, looking at me, giving me dirty looks, and you're out here giving comments. I don't want to see that nonsense from you. You said on Back Your Chat we're gonna win the league. I've got the footage.
man.
I've got the footage.
Oh, wait.
So don't go anywhere.
Wait, what?
Hey! 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 Oh shit!
Steve Austin! Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Come sit down.
Come here, bro!
Come sit down.
Come here, bro!
Come sit down. Come sit down. Wait. A man came with Red Bull. His energy is depleted. His energy is depleted. Man came with Red Bull, you know. Let's swap it, bro. I'll go in the middle.
Get off set.
Stone Cold Steve Austin has returned to Backlash 2000.
So what are we saying? What are you doing here?
This was my surprise party. What are you doing?
I
was surprised at him.
You're here, bro. Man travelled halfway across London for Europa League. Things have changed over there.
Wait, you got the train here, yeah? So you weren't even already here. Right, he had that pent-up anger towards me. Yo, let's sell this. Misfits.
Elizabeth.
Misfits. Me be you.
I needed to walk through North London with this top. I needed to do it. I needed to see them in their brand new drip, in their new kit. Elizabeth line was delayed. I said, you better run today.
Hey, that is too
We could
funny.
do that. Misfits could work. Him and the tag team, him and Astrid, and you and who?
Oi, who?
Oh, what? I don't know what tag team you're talking about.
Dre!
I'm not hearing a lot of denial. I can't lie. I ain't hearing a lot of
Who's the
denial.
United equivalent? Who's the United equivalent?
Final
know,
episode
man.
of this
I keep
season.
my
We're
head
bringing you
straight.
the banger.
I don't be looking at them pages. Bro. I don't be looking at them pages, bro.
Listen, man, God is good. How are you feeling after, obviously...
Hey, yo, we might have to move the title away from him, man.
Bro, why are you touching it? Why are you touching it? Why are you touching it? Why are you protecting it? Why are you protecting it?
Hey, hold on.
He ain't been protected for 10 years.
Who gave it to them?
Look whose hand it's in.
Who gave it to them?
Look whose hand. Is this what goes on FCM?
Don't let man deflect. Don't let the league.
I don't know what's going on here, though.
That's a disgrace, bro. That's a disgrace, bro.
Look who gave it.
That's a disgrace, bro.
Alright, this is what I said. What did I say? I said Man City deserves a fan like Fuad. There you go.
They always had this plan because remember, we were like, why is there a fourth mic? They've been scheming on me. I can't even trust my own production.
Appreciate you.
It's all making sense.
Final game of the season. It wasn't how immediate thoughts.
Pain, innit? It's pain, bro, because it's like 38 games, 50 games across the whole season, all competitions. It's ended with nothing. And we all know that for the majority of this season, people were looking at us like this is the best team in the league. So of course, to end it, you sort your foundations out over there, yeah. Before your manager dips you, another manager dips you because of your weak foundations.
Ineos, we're looking at him.
That's fine. You can talk about my manager. That's fine.
No, I'm not talking about your manager. I'm talking about the foundations.
Our foundations. We've all said foundations are weak.
Yeah, but the pain here, you don't know about this.
No, we don't. That's why I want to hear your
You
bit.
don't know.
I'm here.
It's not as
You was this close.
Last year was more painful. Because we bottled it.
No way.
This
The
year
fact
we
that
did
you were
bottle it.
better.
Nah.
fact that you were better this
I
year.
saw.
I don't believe
I
that.
saw that. That's the title.
No.
You're a wanker, son.
No, but Turkish is acting different this year, though, with his
go
sad
fuck
little
himself.
messages on Twitter. I saw that.
What's that?
That little sob story on Twitter about we can be proud of the team no matter what.
can though.
That ain't you, bro.
Hold on,
Hey,
hold on.
Turkish, that ain't you,
Alias,
bro.
come.
The Turkish I grew up on was
Come sit here. I
I'll show
don't mind.
face
I'll
if
be
you
the
want,
only
bro.
Arsenal fan to rep because for once, man can back my club. None of you man can talk shit because all of you lot want to be entitled challengers at the very least. Tottenham, definitely. Chelsea, he's here for Europa League. Do you know how long it takes him to get to here?
Something that you ain't got.
Do you know how long it takes him to get to here? When we enter that comp, we win it. It takes Matisse. It takes Matisse at least 58 minutes to get here from home.
Why 58?
For Europa League, this
special
guy
numbers
travelled
today?
here
Shameless.
after game week 38. Cam's
don't
is taking off belts on this show because he's 7th and Chelsea are 8th. He's taking off belts. 2 years ago, it was 10-10 era outside the Emirates. Now he's taking off belts. Europa League. Yeah?
Reading books. Yeah? Reading books.
Ralph.
Studying Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. Remember the Ralph thing? Do you remember?
Ralph is well, you know.
Do you remember? The
Wreck-It Ralph.
The book. I've clocked you've deleted that pic off Instagram as well, bro. I've been looking for that picture.
Hey, stop watching me, bro. Stop
been
watching me,
looking.
Black. Stop watching me.
And Maze, you know what? I respect Maze.
Nah, fuck that.
No, you know why? Can I tell you
man.
why?
Fuck
Because
Maze.
during the capitulation and utter embarrassment that Chelsea have become, he's disassociated himself. He does verses. He does the whole neutral point. He's become the host. He doesn't want that.
Host with the
And
host
you'll
with the
see him.
yeah.
And then you'll see him when the new shirt drops. You'll see him in the new.
Hey! Him and Anita.
One of Todd Bowley's. One of Todd Bowley's right here. Yeah.
gang.
Yeah. One of Todd Bowley's. Come on.
Hey, wow.
What about you?
Yes.
I didn't know you was coming on balls like this, bro. You might deserve this, you know.
I ain't got enough. Imagine the Spurs fan doing this. Imagine the Spurs fan doing this. Like, Liaz, I ain't got enough dirt on you yet, but now I'm gonna do my investigation. That was the first stray I've caught from you. Now I'm gonna do my investigation, bro. I see you on Bleacher Report. I see you doing all these things, yeah. I'm gonna catch you, my bro.
An episode,
Let's bring some order back to that. With how it ended, you said that last season was more painful than this year. Do you think most fans feel like that, though? It went down to the final day, bro.
It went down to the final day, but we knew before this weekend that it was pretty much done. It was in us. We knew, like, it's not going to happen. West Ham would have to pull off a miracle. So really, we knew.
Hold on, what was
What
the
this
miracle?
season-
What was the miracle? Winning away to a big title challenger.
What miracle? Who?
No, West
You
Ham
said
were-
West Ham would need a miracle
Like, we'd need the miracle for us
from
to...
West Ham
Yeah,
to win at a title challenger.
yeah.
They did it against you guys.
What, earlier in the season? December. Oh,
So hold on.
December.
Turkish.
Oh,
So it's a
December.
miracle. It's a miracle
Oh,
when it happens against City, but it's not a miracle when they beat you guys.
December. We're talking December. We're talking December.
Liaz from 40 feet.
Bang!
Bang!
This ain't making no sense.
Bang!
This ain't making no sense.
Bang! Yo, Drake, move! Tell Drake to move! That's my protege! That's my protege!
What Kendrick now fans have turned into. Look at them dancing for each other. Cam, you can't keep your belt on this time. Cam, come here, sit down. Liaz, come and sit opposite me right now. 'Cause you're behind the TV right now. You're behind the TV. You're behind the TV.
End the season. End the season.
Oh my gosh.
Let me swap over. I'll take.
Hey, Cam, please.
Keep your belt on over there, yeah, please, bro. Please.
Oh my gosh.
So you can't bring up a December loss to West Ham.
Why not?
Bro, December's midway through the season. It's
Oh,
different.
wait, do the points in December count different to the points in May?
But Man City end of the season, business end of the season, we know what they're about. We know they just keep the ball rolling, they win game after game. That's what makes it a miracle. You can beat Man City in December. It's not a miracle to beat Man City in December. It's a miracle to beat them at the end of the season when
But
we've seen
you beat
all of these.
West Ham in December.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're 3 points higher than you are now, bro. You lost the
Of
league by 2
course.
points.
And if Liverpool beat Leicester in January, they would have pipped them to the 97 point season.
And that's why we talk about fine margins.
but-
But this whole thing about if West Ham.
But do you think this Arsenal season is a season where we now stop and look back at every moment and try and delve into what happened, why, or do you think it's a season where we're like, we're definitely going to go again, we've got to look forward? Is it a blame game?
It has to be both. No, we're talking about blame, but it has to be both. You have to look at the points where you lost the league and losing at home to West Ham side.
But not dwell on them. Like, there's no point in me coming out right now after this game when we know we shouldn't have dropped points to Aston Villa twice, Fulham twice, West Ham, Tottenham at home. We knew this before today. So there's no point in me coming out after today and saying, we fucked it here, we fucked it there.
It's not about saying we fucked it, but saying like, West Ham, they need a miracle, but against us, they beat us. Those are the games where you lost.
But again, I will say Man City can be beaten earlier in the season. We've seen this Brentford. We've seen it from West Ham even one season done it. Early in the season, first half of the season, Man City are susceptible to losing points. Second half of the season, we've seen time and time again, it is nigh on impossible to take points
I hear
off
you,
City.
but I don't understand this.
Am I right
if
or
you
wrong?
guys have 3 points more in the first half of the season, you're better poised to win later in the league.
Of course.
It's a 38-game season.
But what's your point here? My point is you're bringing up West Ham in terms of needing a miracle on the last day. West Ham at the Etihad. We know City had
my point is Liverpool beat City in the league by making sure that when City went on that unbeaten run, it didn't even matter because of how good they were in the first half of the season. So you guys beating West Ham,
when
you guys
Liverpool ran
beating
away with the league.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Arsenal have to run away with the
but
league.
Liverpool
but
didn't
my
win
whole
the league because they beat City that year.
But I didn't say about beating City. My
Yeah, but
point
you're
is
mentioning that,
beat
though.
those small teams. Beat those teams in the first half of the season.
But
This whole thing about
season wasn't
this,
about the fine margins. That Liverpool season, they ran off with it.
Okay, but that's not my whole point here. My whole point is the first half of the season is just as important as the last half of the season.
And
That's what we heard all season about. That's what we heard all season about Arsenal.
Here's where I
last year we
agree.
blew our load too early.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
season we're gonna basically poison ourselves to beat it. No. Keep playing this shit. No pause. To win the league, you have to be great across the season. And the fact is, you dropped too many points in the first half of the season.
That's
This
right.
whole thing about City has gone great the last. It still wouldn't have mattered if you beat those games early
But again,
on.
I don't disagree with anything you've said. You've countered me saying we needed a miracle from West Ham last
Right.
of the season. First half of the season is what cost us. First half of the season, Arteta tweaked what we had from last year. That's what you've seen in Arsenal 2024. The first half of the season was the risk, the cost of what we're seeing now. That cost has now become far greater because we haven't won the league. But that cost could also put us in a far greater position moving forward because this calendar year, we have been the best team. Like you've said, the first half of the season cost us. That was Arteta tweaking things from last season, gaining more control in games, becoming harder to beat. The Kai Havertz project. He's come over that hump, and since January, we've lost one game, we've drawn one game, and the majority would agree we've been the best. So yes, the risk, the cost, it's become greater now because we haven't won the league. Tottenham at home, Aston Villa home and away, Fulham home and away, West Ham at home. These are all games I look to, 100% without shadow of a doubt. But to talk about we haven't been great across the season,
I didn't say that. No, I never said Arsenal. You guys have finished with 89 points.
Yeah, no, but I mean in terms of the first half of the season, I have to look back on it and say we're a far better team now than we was last season. Not the one just gone, the season before, because of the changes he made in the first half of this season.
Would you say it's like a necessary
So
evil?
now I think we win the league next year. I've said on every pod I'm in, we're gonna win the league next season because of the tweaks that Arteta done.
You're putting your balls on the line here, bro.
We're gonna enter a period of dominance.
Dominance.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yes.
What do you mean dominance?
Because the one title, if what I
said
believe
back
is,
to back.
bear in
Wait,
mind,
let him keep
bear
talking,
in mind,
talking.
this is what I believe, yeah? If I say we're going to win the league next year, this is Pep's last season, we all kind of know this, right? So if we go and win the league, how I believe we will, go win the league. Once Pep's gone, who do you lot think is going to dominate this league?
I don't think football
Football changes quickly.
I don't think football's linear like that. I don't think football's linear like that.
If Klopp was still in the league and I asked this question, everyone would say Liverpool will go dominate because of Klopp. People are hesitant to say this about Arsenal and Arteta because we know what it is with Arsenal and Arteta.
But teams are
strong.
Because I'm sure if 2 seasons ago, when not last season, the season before ended, had we said,
What,
could you
fifth?
foresee Arsenal, finishing in that, becoming title challengers,
Yeah,
becoming
football moves quickly. Right now, you guys are poised.
Is right now things can change in 2 years
but
quickly.
you're going up. Then you're right. You're going off. How can you see that? But look at what we're seeing this season, though. Look at what we're seeing. We're not seeing a flash in the pan Ole second or a Pochettino second at Tottenham. We are seeing a sustainable, solid brand of football.
You were
that's
technically
kept up.
only 2
Pochettino
points
done
ahead.
well
of
this
us.
season.
The
No,
difference,
100%.
the difference between them, though, is they'll
100%.
continue investing. They won't go a season where they don't buy a single outfield
Yeah.
player. So I agree. If I have to look at any team that looks best
Tell me
poised to
something.
take over,
If Pep turns around after FA Cup final and leaves next week, who wins the league next year?
you'd have to say Arsenal. I would have to say Arsenal. Arsenal are the best team poised to do it. Yeah, facts. If Pep leaves tomorrow, the team that's favored to win the league next year is Arsenal. Facts.
Easily favored.
Yeah, facts.
Whoever comes in next.
Nah, I don't agree.
But you know who it should be.
I don't agree.
I understand the point you're making, and I guess that's why I guess for Arsenal fans, not copium, that's the wrong term, but last year some will say you bottled it, some will say that you wasn't supposed to be there. This year you can say that you gave it a good effort. There's always this sense of optimism because it's like we are building something and this isn't a flash in the pan, like we're going to be in and amongst it. Next year, everyone here has already said Arsenal, City are in amongst it. We don't know who finishes third and fourth. So I understand what you're saying. You're building for something that you're always going to be there or thereabouts. But to what these guys are saying, football changes quickly. Listen, Ineos might do a blue coat might actually click in. We actually
I like
know.
how you changed the blue coat, man.
I mean,
leave us out about it. Leave us out of it.
I mean, but the thing is,
you've built a solid foundation to build it, but now it's about building the house how you want to build it.
100%. And there's a lot more justification in the belief that we will go on to dominate
compared
if
to
we win
everyone else.
than everyone else. Is if
100%.
Ineos does this, or if Levy turns around and backs Ange, or if Todd Bowley does something different. I mean, this is all out of hope and copium, like you said.
Yeah.
With Arsenal, this ain't out of hope. This ain't out of nothing. This is out of what we've been seeing the last 2 years. I've been cold in the pot, and again, don't listen to me. Go put Pep's latest interview on where Pep talks about Mikel and talks about the Arsenal team. He says they're primed to go into an era of greatness. He said that himself.
Let's be real. Pep's
Do you know what I'd say though, yeah?
captain
You gotta
of the
snatch
sports
it,
scene,
man.
bro.
What I would say is,
He's about Stefan Ortega's the greatest shot stopper.
I know you are counting for Guardiola potentially leaving.
Nah, but I want us to win it with him in the league.
No.
Maze,
I-
I'm
but-
so happy you said that. I'm so happy you said that.
You're counting for that. What I want to flag is you're saying that you're going into an era of hopefully dominance, right? Can we look at the gentleman that's leaving the league today? He won every single trophy that he could have won with Liverpool. But when we look at the Premier League, what are we going to see? It was a blue moon, bro. They came close and they got broken in the process because they tried to compete and they tried to knock on the door. And each time it wasn't enough. So I hear what you're saying, but Liverpool probably thought the same thing as well, bro.
No, but we know that Pep's on the way out eventually. Klopp had to deal with Pep throughout his whole time. Like I said, I don't want...
Do you think that City dynasty, the same way you're planning for something, the same way that your manager came from their building, you think they're not planning for life beyond Pep?
Of course they're planning for it, but when Pep goes, everything goes with him. The backroom staff, maybe even the director of football goes. It's going to be a whole heap of change at that club. So there's going to be at least a year or two where they're not this. They're never. Pep Guardiola creates a team that no other manager can create. Once he left Barca, Luis Enrique he done his thing. He won a treble as well. Was it a treble?
Yeah,
he won a treble 2014. Yeah. So he done his thing with it, but
different. You had Messi,
the pinnacle was Guardiola.
100%.
Bayern, Pep. Well, he just picked up a team that won the treble, but in terms of the football, the brand, the domination of the league,
Everything
the goals,
was aligned with
then
him,
he
100%.
goes. It hasn't been the same. So yes, Man City are always going to be a juggernaut because of the resources they have, the ownership they have. But Pep is an anomaly, bro. Pep is someone that he's a 1 in a million type of manager. You know, so
guys, my follow-up question is Arteta 1 of a million for dominance? Because when you said the word dominance, that means he has to be a very special coach. Because you don't come to the Premier League unless you're a special legendary coach and dominate. Otherwise, you're just going to pick up one.
do you think he's shown some special qualities?
Let me land. Kind of going off what I said earlier as well too. When you typically tend to see eras and dynasties, they usually overthrow the previous one.
Facts.
So, like the Sir Alex was overthrown by Pep.
Yeah.
For me, Arteta, if I believed he was going to go and win the next 4 of the next 5, for example, he would have had to beat Pep before Pep leaves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Arteta and Arsenal are the best poised to immediately win after Pep leaves. But do I see him going on like a similar level dynasty or be a coach that can win 4 in 5 years or 3 in... Nah, I don't think it'll be the same the way City have or the way United used to as well.
What I would say as well is, the second Pep leaves this country, it's not just Arteta that's jubilating, you know. Bro, everyone's kind of like, rah.
It'd be the same as when Sir Alex left.
Yeah, everyone's like, rah.
Everyone's on smoke.
There might be an opportunity here. Like Ineos might be you get me? People start getting excited because like we have this. If we don't take this window of opportunity now, when will it happen again? So I understand the point and I understand that, but big man, you gotta hold that still.
Of course we gotta hold it.
I mean, the Red Bulls here as well. Try to get this gave you energies there. I can't even lie. Man came on votes.
You guys gotta win it next year though. Huh? Well, like if I were an Arsenal fan, I'd be disappointed if Arsenal don't win a league until Pep leaves. You want to get one
100%.
while he's still in the
I'm
league.
disappointed now. 100%.
Yeah.
But that's not the tone of how I feel moving forward.
100%.
Do you get it?
There's
But
optimism.
people can't listen. After the FA Cup win, our last FA Cup win, what was it, the Arteta one, yeah? Go watch my interview. I said, no one dwell on this. We need to build on this. So don't get it twisted. It could all crumble. We do the wrong things in the transfer window. Next year, we're 3rd come November, 12 points off top. Then, of course, questions will be asked.
I want to ask you about, you mentioned the FA Cup, right? Obviously, people that want to try and find like a little black mark will say it's been 1 trophy in how many years. how important away from trying to win the Premier League is a trophy to Arsenal next year, because you're building a winning mentality, you're building a culture, you're building a team.
Next year's the be all and end all.
But
Whoa. So let's say if Arteta doesn't win Champions League or Premier League,
Again, I'm not going to answer that question now. But
you said be all end all.
It is the be all end all.
Stand on it!
Are you gonna take the Carabao Cup?
Stand on it!
But do you
Stand on it!
Hold on.
Listen,
Be
this is
all
what I'm
end all typically means all or nothing.
Okay, so be all end all, you take from that what you will. On this internet thing, people like to dissect things and take things out of context. I don't need to talk about Mikel Arteta's job safety in 2025. Why? It's 2024. Why are people going to ask me about his job safety in 2025? Let's talk about his job now. Safe, right?
Safe, for sure.
Okay, so don't ask me about 2025. What I'm saying is, to cap off this process, this transition, we have to win something next year. Make of that what you will.
Hold on, no.
Make of that.
That's a cop out.
It's not a cop out.
Be all end all means. Hold on, no.
It's not.
Be all end all. Be all end all.
I'm adding
Hold
that.
on. Be all end all suggests that there's consequence if the be all doesn't happen.
So that's what you've taken from it. Bang.
Yeah, no, yes, 100%. Be all end all. What does that mean? You're here to give us the context.
Let me say something.
What are you talking like you're not here? Give us the context.
I've said what I've said. The context can run. Whoever wants to take, you can believe one thing. You said what I've said.
If he doesn't win something, he's gonna have to go.
Someone has to go. Be all end all means consequence.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right.
Dominance is
I'm
gonna
saying
happen.
that's what you've taken from me.
Out is creeping back in.
This is what I'm saying. Listen,
You're sitting on the fence here.
Alright, cool. Let's
Balance. You see?
this ain't the Turkish that I grew up on.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you, the Turkish that I grew up on, I remember him in the trenches with his scarf, Kroenke's out, and if anyone's against me, it's wartime. You know what I'm saying? That was the Turkish that I grew up on. Now he's let the gummy bears infect him. You know what I mean? The gummies, the Arsenal gummy fans. He's let them infect him. He's got a heart now. He's a nice guy. He's so gentle. Cecil, Don Robbie, all of them, man. James, the one that said, "Is the game over?" Yes, for a draw. They're hanging. Wait, Turkish is hanging around them too much. Before, Turkish was a vigilante. He was a vigilante. He was a one man. You see how he's wearing all black.
Can I ask you something?
They see how he's wearing all black like Batman.
Melodies. That's what I'm saying. I like the Turkish who goes on red.
Yes.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
No, now he's changed.
What would the Turkish that you knew growing up have said right now?
You'd have said, if Arteta doesn't give me a title, sack him. That's the Turkish I grew up on. Get your inner demon out.
Have I not?
You know who you are.
Have I not said that?
You know who you are, Turkish.
Have I not said that?
I know the real you, Turkish.
Have I not said that?
I
haven't.
Turkish.
But I did not say it. I didn't say it or
But
not
we're
say it.
asking for. You're here to give us the context.
No, the context
you know when they're
is
trying to wake up
for
Hulk.
this to be successful, we have to win something next year. That's all I need to say.
I know that.
Why do I need to say more than that?
Any trophy.
I know the real Turkish.
Is that any trophy, including the
I'm
Carabao Cup?
talking Premier League, Champions League, even.
Not even FA Cup?
I love FA Cup, but right now I'm not talking about FA Cup. I'm talking about Premier League, Champions League. I love FA Cup though.
Champions League
I know you do.
It's not a Carabao Cup thing to me,
Yeah.
but FA
Champions
Cup.
League new format. Interesting. Come, whilst you're in the production sheet, can you give us a few super chats before we see the show?
Yeah,
up?
production. Read us some super chat.
You better get back to your seat. It says Cam getting hooked.
It says. Tell us who said it, bro. It says.
Orange
Getting
soda.
sacked in the morning.
Orange soda says Cam's getting cooked by Arthur Reed. Yeah, it's crazy, boy. It's crazy. Franklin from Marathon Kids and oh my goodness. Truth just gave us £1. Shout out.
Always
Truth.
wait till match day 38. Always.
What a wonderful time today.
Working day. And we want me beach. You gotta listen to your heart. Listen to the beat.
That is a real
Dominic Tannenbaum says, so you rival fans crap on our stadium signings, manage our style of play and expect us to be better. Shut up, you £1 billion bottle job Millhouse. Truth says, with Arsenal's net spend 85 million less than Chelsea, are they £1 billion bottle jobs 2 years in a row?
Can I say something on that? Because that person that sent that super chat in is another mug in a long line of mugs. Shall I tell you why?
Can
Because
you be kind to our audience?
no, because when we talk about how much Arsenal spell,
Man's trying to reduce our monetization. What's going on?
no, they love it.
You might be a mug, but you're our mug.
they love it. Fuck him. They love it. He'll be back. He'll be back. When people talk about Arsenal spend, they use dollars and euros. I'm in England. Use fucking pounds, number one. We've always used pounds. All of a sudden, because of Twitter, we're using 590 million pounds. Yeah, in the list of Big Six club is 4th since Arteta's been in. That's not where I end here. If you include net spend in that, which changes the numbers somewhat, that's proof that it was a harder job for Mikel. It's not proof that it should be easier to win, because we had no assets to sell when he came in. So when people like to skew the 590 million spent number with net spend, you look like an idiot, because it makes the job harder for a manager coming in with no players to sell, having to cut contracts and turn it around. But people think because net spend brings up the money on other clubs and looks Arsenal are second in the list, let's use net spend. It's stupid. Because that gives Arteta more clout. He came into a club that had no assets.
Use your common sense.
Next one. Ben is the best. Says yes, Turkish. Tell that Somali grandpa to pipe down. This guy's lost his damn. He's lost his mind. Eddie,
This guy's got the fucking trophy. How is this possible?
Eddie King says, Turkish, where's your
Other
UCL?
man's trophy. Nuts.
Where's your
This guy's disgusting.
let me get through these. Eddie King says, Turkish, where's your UCL?
Behind him.
Jill No Kuri says, with all Turkish smoke for Chelsea, they remain the last team bar City to lift a major title. Keep suffering.
That's not true.
John, no, I think
Chelsea
it's
a Chelsea fan saying
John Adeyemi says, Turkish just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a title right now.
Where's your UCL at?
that was good one still.
Cam's thoughts on Højlund, 18 goals and assists in a poor team. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. I put it down to a season as a good, decent start, but it's still got a long way to go. And Marshall Todman says, Arsenal really expected to win the league with a bunch of City rejects. Zinni, Jesus and Arteta. 4 in a row. Foden over Saka is no longer a debate.
That's
damning.
That's fair.
Damning. You co-sign that?
For Foden's definitely, they're not the same position, but Foden's definitely leveled up this season to a point where it's not a debate now.
That's good stuff. There's a poll also being run right now. Is this the real Turkish? 421 votes right now.
Please.
Yes. 37% say yes. 62% are saying
They say like
no.
Gucci Mane have been cloned, yeah?
He said Turkish looks compromised. That's what they say.
They say that Mr. Old Turkish girl, don't tell me. Oh, listen, this has been a blockbuster show, man. I wanted to do like a review of the PR and whatnot, but we've still got a few more shows. Euros is coming as well. Lads, thankful. Before we go, what would be nice is if everyone gives like a high moment or
hit
funny
the likes,
moment
man.
this season. Like,
I'll be good.
Come.
Yes.
Can you give us a funny moment or like a high moment?
What's the highlight of the season?
Yeah.
The highlight of the FCM season. Wow. Maybe when I was whipping that goofy ass with the belt, you know what I mean? When I disciplined his ass, but nah, not this. I don't know, that's got to be for the viewers, man. Obviously, Court was legendary. You know what I mean? Court was amazing. But yeah, like, let's see what people think.
Sweet.
What was the highlight of the season of this show, this year, of FCM? Wow, for the Premier League season.
I was probably going to say Court as well. It's probably longer overdue, but we'll see what's in the pipeline. What about you, Field?
I was going to say, being proven right on Darwin Núñez, arresting him to court, second half of the season. He sold that false image for a month or two, and then I was vindicated. That was a real, pat yourself on the back moment. Yeah, I can't lie. I was proud of myself.
Leah's.
Oh! And the Ledley King interview, of course. We had our legends in the building as well, so
yeah.
Can't lie.
I can't lie. It was nice seeing Fuad get a win because he hasn't had many this year. He's who are you flexing at, dude? You're down 1,000 points. Where do you even begin, man? You had the week where you were talking about bazookas, grenades, talking about Kevin Garnett or whatever. Bro, Fuad has held L's this year, so I'm happy that my boy finally got one.
Guess what?
What's up?
I held all them L's
Just what?
Just for Arsenal to hold the biggest one.
I feel he's lost his mind this season. You know?
He's descended into chaos.
Mind this season.
Fuad has turned into a different
gone,
person,
bro.
bro. I don't know what's going on.
Can't stop me. Yeah, so big up new era in it. We got invited to the game. I couldn't make it, so these two went here. I see Cam get freaked out by a magician and turn like a card into glass.
Bro,
I see Fuad smile.
Yes.
Like, you know that like a blue still
Grin.
moment.
Grin.
When City scored, I said the game was gone, man. This is the most unlike real man behavior I've ever seen in my life. Man was smiling.
This season has
It's changed you.
Yeah, it's corrupted me. I can't lie. Seeing Arsenal fly this high,
heal, man. You got someone to heal now.
Fried me. I can't lie. Bro, there was weeks I was in the trenches. Inshallah, we see better times next year.
Narrator, he won't.
Last thing, are we
know how that shit goes.
Are we shaking hands on Matisse? Are we shaking hands on 76?
I've negotiated 70, 75.
We need a Chelsea United agreement.
Maybe after the window's closed and the manager's confirmed, I'll come to you on the 76.
So the season's over for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Are you going into next season to Poch, or are you trying to?
Do you know I keep Poch?
Do you know what it is? The only reason why I'd keep him is not necessarily for him, it's more for the group. Because I think the young players need some stability and they actually like playing for the coach. Do I think he's necessarily the best tactician for the group of players we're assembling? I don't think so. Because I don't think we're building a PMP team, which is probably what you prefer. We're building a very technical team. Like the young kids that are coming in, Kenji Pyers, the other teenagers that we're signing, they're all very technical players. So I don't know if it suits him, but you know, if it gets him down the track to one more year, pick up a trophy on Tottenham fans' head top, and so we can have that framed and lift that, and then maybe we'll reassess it next summer.
I have one more. Going into next season with Enzo.
Yes, of course. It's not even a conversation.
Enzo's what though? Starting.
Yeah, starting.
Captain.
Yeah. Well, not captain. He doesn't speak English. What's going on?
Where did the captain come from?
Does he speak English? What are you doing?
He doesn't speak.
What is he talking about?
We got a last super chat.
Why does he never get asked Manchester United questions?
Bro,
why
listen.
does the Manchester United rep never get asked Manchester United questions?
Just a general. We moved on from Chelsea.
Yeah, we must talk about this guy's club.
What's this doing in here, man? None of you teams have made it to Champions League next season, so take this off the set this year.
Nah,
Do you know what I'm in next? Do you know what I'm in next summer?
Take it off the set.
Do you know what I'm in next summer?
Won it, mate.
Do you know what I'm in next summer?
Take it. History, bro. Come on, man.
Some
Do
of
you know
us
what
have
we're
won
in next
it.
summer? Club World Cup.
Come on,
Do you know
man.
who's in it also? Salzburg. Why?
Are you bringing Club World Cup here?
Yeah, because that's higher than that.
Oh, would you travel the
European
half of
domination
London for that as well? Yeah.
World domination.
Would you travel half of London for that as well? Yeah.
I would more than you can believe.
The Europa-
Twice we've won
Does
that.
Europa League get
So
you
why are
that?
you talking about
Does
whether we're
Europa
in it
League-
or not?
Does Europa
Are
League
you
get
are
that?
you here to participate
Does
or are you here to
Europa-
win?
We're here to win. I told you.
Are you proud of the boys?
We're here to win.
Are you here to participate or to
We're
win
here
next
to win.
season?
We're here
Because
to
we've
win.
won that twice.
I've told you we're going
So
to win
we're-
the Premier League next season.
Well,
so
then
that
you better
question
because
is
we
a
won
bit-
that twice.
I've told you
Save it
that.
for Big Six,
We won that
fellas.
twice.
I've told
Save
you
it
that.
for Big Six, fellas.
Twice.
I've told you
Let's
that.
get that super chat. Let's get out
Save
of
it
it.
for Big Six,
Production,
fellas.
please.
You know what I
Super
mean?
chat of the
You're in my
Arsenal
building. All right. The Two Beasts says Turkish thinks Arsenal will be 1920 LFC.
Different, but yeah, we'll be strong. Not 99 points, but we'll be strong.
Listen,
Fair enough, man. I
this
think that's
has
all
been-
about. That's all about it.
this has been a blockbuster episode. Matisse, Turkish, thank you for rolling through. For everyone, I don't
won the title, man.
which one, which camera am I on?
now, bro. What the
For everyone,
Let's all get in the image.
for everyone, for everyone that's tuned in this season.
You're so lucky to have a camera on.
This guy's such an idiot. For everyone that's tuned in this season, that supported, that sent a super. Why would you stand in front of the? What's going on there? Big up all the fans, man. Big up all the fans. The fans are the unanimous champs of the week this week. Listen,
This could be mine. This could be mine. Leah's complex, bro.
what's going on? You thought about it as well.
Don't get you
Cheap whore.
But
Man thought about it.
for real, first season FCM on
On
DR
DR.
Sports
Big
as
up
well.
DR. Big up the building. Big up
Sports as
production.
well.
Jason,
Everyone.
Haas, Jack, everyone in the background. Big up everyone. Listen, our season's not over yet. Euros is happening. FA Cup's happening.
Trust
We've got a few surprises for you.
Trust
Listen,
me.
we are cooking over some. I promise you. What's wrong with?
You're such a child, bro. Why would you do that?
Did you take your meds today? What's wrong with you, bro? Listen, we are not finished. Just because the Premier League's over, does not mean that we have finished. Like, share, subscribe.
Soon.
Well, listen, man. We're just getting started, man. The summer of football is about to commence. Make sure you're locked in with us. Like, share, subscribe. Algorithm. Big up the man, them. We're out.
Peace.
Champions!